Hey guys. Oh fuck. I'm back. I'm a little bit late, guys. Because you can experience more in your RAV4. Discover the RAV4 for you. Flames Leafs Saturday on Sportsnet. So Leafs are playing the Flames tonight and Saturday. And guess what? Wayne Simmons is back in the lineup, baby. The Flames from lucky loss against the Oilers, the Leafs, for what has been by far their worst stretch of the season. And all eyes will be on Frederik Andersen. He has said he needs to be better. Will he be tonight? We will find out soon. Coming up, we will hear from Chris Cuthbert and Craig Simpson. But first, we get you set for the national anthems. Enjoy the game, everyone. And now, will you please rise if you're able to? Remove your hats and join Martina Ortiz-Luis, who's joining us from her home in Vaughan, Ontario, in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, oh, many true patron love, in all of us coming, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. After spring break, the Leafs return to action tonight. Now with only a share of the lead in the North percentage-wise, as they get set for a back-to-back against the Calgary Flames. The starting goaltenders are Jacob Markstrom, who makes his 7th consecutive start for Calgary after giving up 7 for the second time in his career against Edmonton on Wednesday. There's Frederik Andersen, who made 26 saves in relief on Sunday in Ottawa. His next victory is number 150 as a Toronto Maple Leaf. The Wayne train is back after missing 18. Wayne Simmons returns to the Maple Leaf lineup tonight, and it is the Toronto debut of Alex Galchenyuk, who was acquired over a month ago, and Daryl Sutter back behind the bench. For the Calgary Flames, let's see how Calgary responds off their first loss with Sutter coaching. That should be interesting to see if the adjustments can be made, the energy come back in just 48 hours after a difficult game. And tonight's lineups are I'm back, guys. Morgan Riley across, it's picked down to the right side. Walker unable to get it deep, and it's given in by Brett Ritchie. Ritchie right in shotgun with Johnny Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau. Morgan Riley in his own zone. Leafs have lost 5 of their last 6. Calgary won their first 3 with Daryl Sutter at the helm until that loss against Edmonton on Wednesday night. Michael Backlund has checked in. Galchenyuk on the ice, and he'll charge after the puck deep in Calgary territory. Out there along with John Tavares and William Nylander, the hero the last time these two teams met here in Toronto. And Roman Trapani after the puck in behind the Maple Leaf net. Up with it is Tavares. Now along the boards, Pascal Galchenyuk and down the ice, and that's an icing call against Toronto. Chris, you mentioned the new faces, and for Alex Galchenyuk, what an opportunity here. And here's his first shift back in the National Hockey League. Just trying to get the legs moving. I always told you, take a hit or give a hit, gets you into the game early. And
is really there playing with the likes of Tavares and Nylander in this one.
Among the lead forwards in the lineup tonight, career goals, Galchenyuk with break. Sixth. There's a shot scores. Tkachuk through the traffic. And a minute 19 in, Calgary has struck first.
And a guy for Calgary who's just been looking for a break, and he gets it here. You know, the importance of a faceoff. There was an icing there that was won back by Lindholm, gets a little help there by Tkachuk as he roams across, and this one just through crowds gets deflected right in front. Just another example of never a bad thing to throw it. There's the hit off of Dermott. You could see the reaction of Anderson. He was down thinking that one's coming right into his chest, and how do you respond to a 7-3 drubbing when you get an early goal in a minute 19? The Flames get the first one.
And the guy they need more offense from. Matthew Tkachuk scores his first in 9, his third in 22 games. And you heard the guys in the pregame talk about Tkachuk, mentioning that the Flames might be lucky their chance about the way things went on Wednesday, but a different start for Calgary here tonight. And now a penalty upcoming, and Justin Hall getting a ball along the boards. And everybody going to get in there. Tkachuk in the middle of it once again.
You know, you get an early goal, it goes to your legs, and the one thing Tkachuk can do is get under your skin. And right away, he gets a couple of hits in the corner, gets a reaction from Hall, and he's the one who ends up drawing the penalty.
So the Neutral Zone brought to you by Neutral Vodka Soda. No sugar, no preservatives, and 0 grams of carbs.
Well, the keys to this game really identical for both teams. You know, the Calgary 48 hours after a bad loss, the Toronto Maple Leafs 5 days after a 1-5 run, and it's regroup and respond. And here early on, Chris, the Flames have had that early response. Here's the very next shift right after, in on a hit, not much of a problem there. Tkachuk stays with it, and there's the little tap by Hall that draws the penalty. And he almost felt like Tkachuk, he knew that one was coming. He drew the penalty, and now power play comes up.
A big chance for Calgary early to get a jump on the Maple Leafs and expand this lead. 2 for 15 against Toronto on the power play so far this year. Here's Tkachuk with a reverse hit that knocked down Muzzin. Johnny Gaudreau, last 4 goals have been on the power play, turned back there by Hyman. Noah Hannafin, quarterbacks this power play now, and Hannafin has been hot of late with 3 goals in his last 5. Lindholm shooting, club stop, Frederik Andersen.
And that one gets right through, and that's really been a problem for Toronto in their penalty kill. It's been a rough stretch for the penalty kill. It's 7 for 14 in their last 6. It's 50%, and a lot of it has to do with not getting these shots blocked. Good position in front there. Tkachuk trying to get the turn. Nice read by Anderson. You can see that one, make sure that he grabs it, didn't leave any rebound in front for number 19.
Lindholm wins the draw, comes back to Hannafin. Elias Lindholm down low, wasn't going to stick on that. And now for Hannafin out of his reach, and they'll have to regroup up at center. Taken away by McKayev.
Good nothing Flames.
McKayev to the net. Markstrom made the stop. A Leaf winger who was with McKayev peels off on a change, so it was a solo mission and chance here. Anderson has to make a big stop off Sean Monahan.
Well, one of the things that you do when you're struggling defensively is try to be aggressive. And here's the speed of McKayev that just causes so many problems for power plays. That's his 15th shot on goal, shorthanded, most in the National Hockey League, but a pretty good response. The other way is that pass across gets over to Monahan, and there's a good get back into feeling good about yourself save for Anderson there. As that first one went by him, and a couple of now to settle him down.
Jason Spence on this face-off, wins it away from Lucic, and the Leafs get it cleared. Justin Hall in the box, and 1 minute remaining in his penalty. The captain of the Leaf, Calgary out, Giordano onto the left side. That's broken up, but good stick by Marner. Following up is Riley, and he'll send it back behind the Calgary net. 3 minutes in, Calgary with 3 shots, and the first goal of the game from Matthew Tkachuk. Marner back in his own zone. Rasmus Anderson charging in. Marner on the second try will backhand it up.
You see all 4 penalty killers down below the goal line there. It's just a tack on the puck. Don't allow Calgary the easy entry and get the setup. That was a pretty effective pressure play again down low by Honor to get to that loose puck.
And Leafs had a couple of days rest and then a couple of practice days, and you'd imagine the penalty kill was a focus. Lucic to the line, Hannafin shot there. That hits somebody and deflects out of play.
But one thing, you don't do a lot of shot blocking in practice, but it's definitely on the minds of the Toronto Maple Leafs and trying to turn things around. Look at January, February. One of the things that was so effective for them was blocking shots on the penalty kill, but that has slipped off. And as you said, Chris, I think Sheldon Keefe was probably the happiest of all the Leafs to have 2 full days of practice after his team is well rested, so he could go through all the details of the game to try to improve things.
Said yesterday's practice, the longest of the season. Here comes Matthews with the leg going to the net. Unable to get his stick on the return pass. He also said Austin Matthews filled the net yesterday.
So we always wonder whether the rest is going to do Matthews more good than practicing. And I would expect that last 2 days, shoot the puck, but be cautious and try to get that wrist back to as close to 100% as you can.
Matthews, Simmons, and Thornton come out after the penalty kill, and Wayne Simmons has the puck. In his last game, he had a pair of goals against Vancouver before the broken wrist. Here's Matthews into the zone. He'll cycle it down low for Thornton. DJ Brody, the former Flames, got it. Back to Thornton. Leafs on the cycle here. Comes to Matthews. Regains control of it. Brody shooting it. That ball wide will boomerang back to the left line. Travis Dermott. Red line it in for Toronto. Galchenyuk back out there. Juuso Valimaki taken to the boards by Galchenyuk. He comes up with a puck, scoops it to Nylander behind the net. Centering pass denied. Galchenyuk gets it back for Nylander. Centering pass back to Riley. William Nylander. Morgan Riley with the Leafs on the move. A tip in front by Tavares. Right on. John Tavares centering play, and Calgary intercepts and rolls it the length of the ice. An icing call against the Flames.
Icing call against the Flames, guys. So
Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Molson Canadian. Our beer. Hockey's beer.
Another shift for that line, trying to get some chemistry. They did a good job getting the forecheck and turning the puck over. The little wrister in front, but Tavares didn't get enough of it there, but a good position in front to force Markstrom to make the save.
Juuso Valimaki out on the ice for over a minute so far. Munson with the shot. Knocked down by Nesterov. Here's Matthews behind the net, centering play. And Lindholm there, and the Flames will get him. Here's Lindholm over the line. Dylan Dubé sends it right to the net.
come on, Leafs.
The Leafs up with it. This Jake Muzzin
Leafs are a home team.
one of his 2 goals against Calgary this year. Over the line, and stepped like there was Kerfoot. Giordano onto the left side.
Leafs are the home team today, guys.
Brett Ritchie was a junior teammate in Sarnia of Alex Galchenyuk.
So yeah, so Leafs. Benjamin is back in lineup for the Leafs.
Galchenyuk number 3. Morgan Riley number
So yeah, the Leafs have
Pierre Engel.
the Leafs.
Onto the left wing for Kerfoot. Markstrom out of the net to sweep it around.
So the Leafs have
to Brody. Slot for Engel. He'll swing it toward the net. Blocked in front by Tanev. Tanev ahead for Johnny Gaudreau. Brett Ritchie at the line.
The Leafs
Able to stay
have
outside.
when Simmons back in the lineup
And now Brody.
after missing a wrist injury.
Up for McKeev inside the Calgary line. William McKeev in deep. Tried to feed the point to Milan Lucic intercepts. On Giovanni, who drew an assist on the goal by Kitchuk. Michael Backlund trying to give it back to him. Broken up there. Nylander against the boards. Knocked off his stick and an outlet for Tavares. McKeev at the end of a shift. He'll play it down the ice and Nylander charging after it. Here's Tavares looking for his first point against Calgary in 4 games this season.
Come on, Leafs.
Mixing along the boards with Lucic. Galchenyuk got able to come up with it. And the Flames are up on Giovanni, knocked down. Strong play there by Justin Hall. Comes across and Anderson moves up in the slot and scores. Derek Ryan from Rasmus Anderson, and Calgary's got a 2-0 lead.
I mentioned the fact that Toronto really going aggressively trying to get to the loose puck. Here's 3 Leafs on the puck as this one comes back. You're chasing the game a little bit, and Hall makes a good effort here knocking his man down. But watch this pass. He's thinking that he's putting it to his teammate as Tavares tries to poke it across. But what a heads-up play by Rasmus Anderson. You know, you think of Frederick Anderson thinking maybe number 4 is going to shoot this one on. He had to come across to his left, and instead of shooting the puck, a fake shot and a pass.
So it's already 2-0 Flames.
A stunned Maple Leaf team right now as they give up the second.
Just the second goal of the year for Derek Ryan, his 4th and 12 against Toronto. And considering the style that Daryl Sutter wants his Flames to play, not a team you want to fall behind early again. So the lead speeding uphill early in this one. It's Marner up for Buzzin and Thornton. They can't cross the line. Thornton pass off the skate, and Ryan will follow up and drop it down into the lead zone.
Really important for Toronto. Just settle down here. You know, you've had a week to plan, thinking, okay, get something positive early. It hasn't happened, but you don't want to get cheating a little bit here and give Calgary any easy offense. Settle back into your game where it's lots of time to get your offense going back. You just don't want to give them anything more on a freebie.
Kept in at the line by Riley, loose in front. Here's Joe Thornton. Centering pass. Nobody there. TJ Cody at the line. Cody across. Kevin Riley sends it high with Thornton parked in front. Matthews wins the battle along the boards. Sends it down low looking for Thornton. That one intercepted by Tanev. Now Simmons is after him. But the Flames get out. Richie scooping it ahead and shot deep by Johnny Gaudreau, who hits to the Calgary bench on a G. 9 minutes in, the pass gets by Riley down the ice. It's an icy call against Toronto.
Chris, I mentioned the play by Rasmus Anderson.
Because I'm going to be like for the
I don't think he ever expected to get this puck. He comes off the bench. All the play is in the left, but he sneaks down and just ready to pitch down in when he gets an opportunity, and then all of a sudden that puck comes across. And this play he makes to get it over to Ryan, you can see the aggressiveness of Frederick Anderson thinking that shot is coming, and instead the pass across in a wide open net for Derek Ryan.
Alain Lucic also an assist on that second Calgary goal. Here's Kachuk looking across for Bellavecchi. Plays it to the net off Anderson. Big ball off the boards, glove down. Dubé unable to hold his own. Out at center for Nesterov. Nikita Nesterov into the game, replacing Alder Shillington tonight. Steps up. Simmons. And now Engvall lofting it in on the backhand, and Simmons goes to work on the forecheck. Engvall unable to come up with that, and Calgary clears it back down the ice. Big Muzzin, who missed the last 2 games against Calgary here in Toronto. In behind the net this Hyman. Can't get it to the front, and Michael Backlund pulls away. Backlund through center. Muzzin quickly turns that back to McGinn.
Stop dancing before I beat the living soul out of you. Stop dancing.
Able to stay on the puck. Now McGinn knocked off his stick.
Stupid goddamn rat.
Zach Hyman does some good work on this shift. Here's Hyman.
Stop dancing.
Nesterov
Stop.
takes it away from him.
Stop dancing before I beat the living soul out of you. Stop dancing.
Shift, and now Tavares checks in.
That's a great shift for Hyman, just hard on the puck, get a little offensive zone time. Now the next line has to come up and keep
Galchenyuk knocked it away from Hannafin. Calgary breaks out.
Okay, I think it's about to come. I think it's about to come.
Woo! Freedom! I think it's gonna fit her. Your one you got for Christmas. Too big? Yeah, I think it's gonna fit this girl. What's her name again? Sarah or something?
Yeah, it's Sarah, but I want to name her.
You want to name her Sparkles? All right, let's name her Sparkles. And she can have braces just like Lando. I think that goes on the other foot. Check it out, guys. Ava's doll has daffos. How cool is that?
And they're finding whatever. Brought to you by the any type of limb family. Hatchback, sedan, and hybrid.
Role models. They allow us to align with our inner selves. So feel free to do like I do and stream the game Sportsnet now. I know I would, because I do. That's why I'm my own role model. Good job, you. Me.
With Toyota's RAV4 lineup, there's more out there to experience. So go make more happen in your RAV4. Go from city roads to country roads, filling up at all the right stops. Go discover places only few people have gone before. And when you go, let all the little details make every day a little more special. Because you can experience more in your RAV4. Discover the RAV4 for you.
Flames Leafs Saturday on Sportsnet.
Earlier in the week, Daryl Sutter was asked about his coaching influences. He mentioned two coaches with deep roots with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Bob Holford, who he said taught him about the checking game and playing as a group of five, and Roger Nielsen for the X's and O's, the technology, and the relationship with players.
Yeah, I think any ex-player who becomes a head coach takes little pieces of their career and the different influences that coaches along the way had on. But I think the one thing that's amazing about coaches, and you look at the longevity of a guy like Daryl, you take from every coach, even that you coach against now. I think that's really the biggest part of being a head coach, is taking little pieces and understanding the game changing so much over the years. And he's done a pretty good job of that longevity of doing so.
A couple of cups in Los Angeles. Talked about the unfinished business when he didn't win in Calgary. Going to the final in 2004. Here's Thornton in front. Marched him down, and he'll reel that back in. With Austin Matthews on the doorstep.
Well, Matthews going right to the front of the net. And the one thing Calgary's been trying to do is stand up at the line and not give up the line. You can see there, one of the most dangerous guys is Marner. Once you do give him that line, nice little shuttle pass there to Thornton. And Thornton read that Matthews was right behind the D and there on the doorstep. But Markstrom did a pretty good job of finding that rebound before Matthews could get to it.
Matthews now the goal-scoring leader by only one over a red-hot Connor McDavid, who got his 20th last night. Matthews with 3 goals in his last 9 games. Mangiapane getting in. Here's Mangiapane. Unable to get the shot away after a nice dash in the Toronto zone. Corner off the board. Riley sends it ahead. Matthews to the far side. And now TJ Brody and Calgary starts to change. Thornton over the line. Matthews with the shot. And went off the stick of Nesterov. Knocked the stick out of his hands. And the puck out of play. So 7:37 remaining here in the first. Flames with a quick 2-0 lead.
Fun. Intelligence.
Dry. They run in the family. Corolla. Corolla.
Remember, slow and steady is nothing to be ashamed of. Okay. You can't always avoid accidents, but you can avoid stressful accident claims. TD Insurance Auto Centers, claims advisors, repairs, and rentals. The only shop that can handle all your auto claim needs in one place. TD Insurance, ready to help you move forward.
Being in the moment. That's how I play my best. Blocking the world out so I can focus on the job I need to do. Playing the angles right, standing my ground, anticipating.
Fred, how do you stay focused when it's that tight out there?
Games like that, there's no room for error.
I am Freddie Anderson.
Flames and Maple Leafs will be here in Toronto again in 24 hours. Tomorrow night, Hockey Night in coverage. Our coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. So face off to the right of Markstrom. Shots even at 5 apiece. And a face-off win. Simmons to the net. And Markstrom got his stick on that. Kept in at the line. Brody around the broken stick at the side of the goal. So Tanev without a stick, and Ritchie gets it out to center. Played ahead, and there's Simmons leaving it for Spezza. Inside the line and across. Here's Riley sifting it for score. Jason Spezza lets it fly from the slot. It's 2-1. You're looking for a spark, and sometimes you get more of a spark when the so-called fourth line is the one that gets you on the board. This is a new line. Look up here as Engvall, Spezza, and Simmons. And the quick up, a nice little give and go by Simmons to Spezza. And the key here for Spezza is this obviously isn't a pass, it's a block shot. But he was aware. You got traffic in front with Simmons doing a flyby. Engvall in front, and I don't even think Markstrom was able to see that one through the bodies in front of him. But a smart play by Jason Spezza, who made that pass across, came to the middle of the ice, and was ready for that block shot, and buries it to make it a 2-1 game. 1st and 9, and the Leafs get a spark from one of their bets to cut the Calgary lead in half. Giordano plays it to the net, but bounced off the shoulder pad of Anderson. Hyman sends it to the line, kept in by Rasmus Anderson. Now Derek Ryan on it, along with Bennett. Far side, Anderson right there now. Anderson, high slot, Ryan shoots it wide to the net. Fourth line has a goal for Calgary tonight. Ryan lost that, and Hyman. Zach Hyman charging over the line, McCann going to the net, and it went behind him, wide of the goal. Knocked down by Tavares. Wade Simmons driving assist on the Spezza goals. He returns to the lead lineup. Josh Lebo off the boards. It comes out. Galchenyuk quickly bounces on that. Back in with Tavares with the pass off a skate. Hannafin for Tanev. Redirected up to center. And Muzzin moved up on Kachuk. Get it back in his own zone. Galchenyuk ran him over. Centers the puck in front. The Tanev there. Galchenyuk intercepts. Been a bit of a buzzsaw here early in this one. Markstrom covers up. A little fur flying at the side of the net. Jason Spezza celebrating the Leafs' first goal of the night.
The champagne of beers. Always flavorful. Always refreshing. Always quality. Welcome to the High Life.
Are you playing slots?
Yeah, on OLG's new online casino.
Wow.
Yeah, Now I can play blackjack on the books. Or roulette in our hot tub.
Or maybe I can play progressive jackpots while you paint our bedroom. Yes.
Get your casino on wherever you are at olg.ca. Sign up now and get a bonus of up to $300.
Popeye's new Cajun flounder sandwich is coming in hot with our crispy flounder sandwich between two fluffy brioche buns, topped with crunchy pickles and our signature tartar sauce. What's not to love? Get our delicious new Cajun flounder sandwich today for just $6.49.
Nikita Nesterov was in the lineup for Daryl Sutter's first game and then sat for 3 back tonight. Not in the coach's good graces right now.
Well, you can see it's a long change, so he's got a lot of ice to cover, and he does a fairly good job of stopping up on Jason Spezza, but then he over pursues back to the net, and that's what Sutter comes right back in, has a little conversation that you got to be with your guy there. He backed off him, and Spezza, with the heads-up play, had that little gap, and he makes the Calgary Flames play it. That line has looked okay. It was Simmons' impact back in there, and Spezza and him, but a lot of different looks with Galchenyuk and Simmons coming back into the Toronto lineup.
Michael Backlund out against Austin Matthews, who wins that face-off. Matthews with pair of shots on goal so far in his first period. Right, popped over his stick and back to the lead line. Logan Riley an assist on the Spezza goal, so he has 6 points in the head-to-head against the Calgary Flames this year. Up on the left side for Thornton, and he was just ahead of the puck offside.
Like having a pro on your beer league team. Discover your unfair advantage with RE/MAX today.
Now, Chris, you mentioned the fact Matthews with a couple of shots. When it's your top hand, that's the one that's bothering you. Even your stick handling at times can be as an effect. And if you look on the bench, Matthews has got 3 different types of sticks with 3 different knobs on them. And I think a lot of that has to do with how good it's feeling. You can have a thinner knob that if you're right back on your normal feel, but if it's hurting a bit, he's got a wider knob that takes a little bit of the pressure off and allows him to maybe not have to grip the stick as hard.
Matthews defensively took it away from Monahan and gets it back a second time. And Riley will advance. Knocked away from Thornton, but chipped deep. And Markstrom out to play it for Chris Tanev. Onto the right side, Ritchie. Checked by Muzzin. Justin Hall across for McKee at the back. 4:40 remaining here in this first period. Muzzin to the red line and sends it in wide of the glove of Markstrom. Kerfoot unable to dig that out. And Chris Tanev will drop it down into the lead zone. Back is Hall. Had a little trouble with that. Kerfoot helps him out and plays it ahead. But Diaz feeding after it. And Nesterov beat it to it. Now a centering pass. There's Kerfoot looking for his first ever goal against the Calgary Flames. Lyman crashing in there, dueling with Lindholm. Kerfoot along the boards. That hit the referee, and a gift pass Muzzin tonight.
That's a break for Calgary. Nesterov didn't have the stick, and he was yelling at Tkachuk, trying to get Tkachuk to give him as the forward. You always give your defenseman a stick, but Tkachuk was ignoring him. I don't know if he didn't hear him or just didn't want to do it, but that was a big break to get the puck cleared out of the zone.
Spezza sending it in. Jason Spezza now with 957 points as he closes in on the top 100. Career all-time point leaders. It'll come back to the line. Bogosian, that hit traffic in front. And it's scooped away by Bennett. Riley fumbled it, but it ends up on the stick of Bogosian and back. Onto the left side. Here's Simmons. Curling inside the line, unable to connect with Riley. Taken away here, though, by Galchenyuk. Here's Galchenyuk going on. Hartford's going to stop that. Well, the cardinal rule, if you're a forward in your defensive zone, you see that your defenseman has broken his stick. Here's the break here as he's battling with Zach Hyman. It just explodes in his hand. Now he knows, hey, I've already been in trouble once. Look at, he's trying to gesture. Okay, come on, give me your stick. And the one guy in front of the net without a stick is the defenseman, and that's what I meant. It was a missed opportunity for Toronto, and Tkachuk is totally ignoring him, not aware that his defenseman is stickless. Tavares digs in on this draw, won by backward. Galchenyuk accurate behind the net, knocked it off the stick of Tanev, and Calgary advances.
Are you busy this weekend?
Keep it going, Lucic. Unable to connect on that redirect. He'll get it back behind the lead net. Watched by his old teammate TJ Brody. Tanev at the line. Now Lucic. Tanev shooting, tipped in front. Just wide of the net. On Giovanni. Against German. Losing his stick is Tavares. He got it to kick it free for Brody. Retrieves his cue, and Galchenyuk can hit on the right side. 12's been noticeable, correct, but the line is -2, and is that in the back of his mind as kind of a shot to the confidence he might have? Yeah, I think you're obviously looking for something positive to happen, but the shifts haven't really been their fault per se. And I think you just got to keep doing what he's doing. Get your legs moving, get some energy, and hope that something positive happens. Burke deflected that. It was sent back in. Calgary's got the tag up on the delayed offside. Close enough. Matthews looking for Thornton. That doesn't work. 100 seconds remaining in the opening period. And here's a giveaway. Matthews in front for Marner. Marner back in. Big stuff. Still loose in front. And Markstrom will pounce on that after a close call in front of the Calgary net. Yeah, Mitch Marner just frustrated there. Couldn't quite get the shot that he wanted. You had Matthews and Marner pressuring here. It looked like Calgary was going to clear the zone. That flip didn't work. Matthews keeps it alive. Marner tries to go backhand. One good save by Markstrom, and then the bouncing puck. Marner could never really get control of it. He did get the one save here as good athletic save by Markstrom going to his right and able to get the pad there, but Marner unable to get complete control of that and get the shot he wanted. Flames won the draw, but Riley able to hold the zone momentarily. Now Hannafin sends it out, and Lindholm's got room on the right side. Around the boards and in behind the net was Tkachuk.
I think that was busy because I might go. As I said, that fucking Flames scored 3.
I think it's just the delay of the shot. You know, sometimes you get over anxious as a goaltender from reading, okay, the shot's coming, you're ready for it, you're tracking it across. Tanev delays a couple of times. It just comes in, kept alive there by Tkachuk in the corner. You've got 4 Leafs in the one corner and a chance to clear it. Marner doesn't, turns it off. And then look at the reaction of Anderson. He was late picking that up. He's got the body of Dubé, but this little delay right there, and then the adjustment through bodies and right over the blocker. And not only the defense of the Maple Leafs, this one goes through, but the late reaction because of the screens in front by Anderson. And there's 3 goals on 7.
Molly's wake up now.
This is the second goal of the season for Chris Tanev, his first in 23. So the former Markham Waxer restores a 2-goal Calgary advantage. 18:55, the time of the goal by the Flames defenseman. Well, you said Sean McKenzie was talking about Anderson feeling that his game was close and he wasn't playing up to his level. And with that week off, you get a chance to practice.
Hey, buddy, I'm waiting on the test for results of from E, and if any is negative to COVID test.
You got a goaltender at the other end that just gave up 7 on 30 shots 2 nights ago. So never a bad thing. And this is for Kerfoot. You see the bottom 2 lines have been effective getting something going and nothing played. 1 on 3 there for Kerfoot. This one finds a way through. Anderson, does it hit his stick out a little bit?
Let me know if you're free tomorrow.
Markstrom. You thought it was going to go higher than it did. The deflection off the stick, right there, got it a little bit of a waffle. And that one just past in that Markstrom as he's sliding across. Can't have a bigger goal than that. Kerfoot getting the Leafs back to a one-goal game with just 24.5 left in the period.
7th consecutive start for Jacob Markstrom. The last time he played 7 in a row, he was hooked in the 7th game when Vancouver scored 5 on him. Within one here in the late stage of the game.
Mom.
Wild first wide of the net back to Wilson at the horn. And through 20 minutes, Calgary 3 goals on 7 shots. The Leafs scored twice on 12. This is the 5th of 9 meetings between Calgary and Toronto. Flames a 3-2 lead. Our first intermission with David Amber is coming up.
We want to see your skills. Show us what you got by posting your video on Instagram or TikTok with NHL Fan Skills at Home. Learn more at nhl.com/fanskills.
Find more than you expected with confidence. Find comfort in the small things. Find a new outlook. The Chevrolet Equinox. Find new roads.
Right now, lease a 2021 Equinox True North Sport for the equivalent of $99 rebate. Go to Chevrolet.ca for details.
Being in the moment. That's how I play my best.
Fred, how do you stay focused when it's that tight out there?
Games like that, there's no room for that.
Hi, I'm Freddie Anderson.
With our new curbside pickup, you can get your Subway in style. And right now, try our new ham and double cheese melt for curbside pickup.
Your Majesty, you want Subway?
New curbside pickup at participating restaurants.
People say that Napa Auto Pro technicians can handle all kinds of
My dad's gonna let me go, and I'm gonna let him know tomorrow.
brakes,
Other things.
mufflers, batteries.
Hey, it's true.
It's true.
Napa Auto Pro.
It's true.
William, that doesn't look like 110%. Oh, somebody get Jones some training wheels.
What's up with that guy?
He topped his Harvey's burger just the way he wanted. Extra jalapenos. Now he thinks he can make all the calls.
Hit the drills. Do more drilling.
Isn't he the towel boy?
Less talking, more skating.
I'm a boss now. Gotta believe. I'm a boss now. Come on, it's a beautiful thing.
Can you look back to when you met the one you loved the most and remember exactly how it was? You're in for me. Join the army. I have these boys up inside. Sometimes I feel like I've already seen everything that's gonna happen. And it's a nightmare.
Because you won hockey. NHL Live.
Welcome into our Sportsnet NHL studios. Great to have you along. David Amber, Anthony Stewart, Elliot Friedman, some scoring early and some scoring late between two. Yes, 5 goals on 19 shots between the two teams. And it seemed like Freddie Anderson was struggling on those long
Yes.
shots. I think the Maple Leafs can
But you
find a
think-
way to get in those shooting lanes and start insulating Freddie Anderson.
My first period analysis, hope you took the over. There you go. 5 goals, many more coming our way, we hope. Let's get to our burning questions. This is the interactive portion of our show. Sportsnet.ca/vote is where you can have your say each and every day. Our interactive question, which player will generate the most interest ahead of trade deadline? There are your options at the bottom of the screen. Let's start with you, Anthony.
I'm going Taylor Hall. I like Eric Stahl. He's my boy, but he's 3 seasons removed from the MVP season where he scored 39 goals. I know he only has 2 this year, but if he's in the right situation, he could get back to his old scoring form.
I know Chris Johnson and I have a polite disagreement on how dangerous this Toronto is, but Ekholm is my guy. I think he's the biggest difference maker available, and if I was voting, I'd be voting for Ekholm. You mentioned Taylor Hall. Is he a fit on either of these teams?
Cap-wise, no. Playing-wise, yes.
And Ekholm, all right, well, we'll see what the public says about that. Most improved player on a Canadian team this year. Let's start with you, Elliot. I'm going with Andrew Mangiapane. He doesn't get a ton of ice time yet at 5-on-5, but you can see his game growing. These are his 5-on-5 numbers for Calgary since the start of last season. He scores at even strength. He gets primary assists. And he doesn't play a ton, but you can see his role growing. That number is going to change. I really like his game, and I think he's improving every time I watch him. Gets his nose dirty as well. What about you?
I'm going with Jeff Petrie. He's got 11 goals this season, 2 removed from a season high, and he's emerging into a top defenseman, not just in this North Division, but in entire National Hockey League. He's got the booming shot from the point, and he's one of the key figures for this Montreal Canadiens blue line.
Yeah, I signed that contract extension before this season. So far, early returns looking very good. Who's your pick for Coach of the Year, Anthony?
I have to go with my boy Jeremy Colliton. They're 4th place in this Central Division. No one pegged them to be even in the playoff race, especially missing their top 2 centers in Jonathan Toews and Kirby Dach. So for me, it's got to be Jeremy Colliton.
I'm going in the same division, a team that stands higher, but also didn't have much respect before the year. That's the Florida Panthers. Joel Quenneville. I don't vote on this one. Broadcasters do, but I think Quenneville, if they keep going this way, is going to be tough to beat. Are you not a broadcaster? Yeah, it's all complicated. You're considered a right. It's complicated. Okay. Which Canadian team is poised to climb the? Not even for that. Which Canadian team is poised to climb the standings in the second half? I'm going with Calgary. Aside from what happened the other night with Edmonton, I like the way that they're playing now. It's clear that Daryl Sutter has commanded the group. It was a little wild tonight. They didn't have a great first period, but they're winning. They're my pick. 6th in the division, but just 3 points out of 4th. Anthony.
Vancouver Canucks, as you come down to the wire later on in the season, it comes down to goaltending. Baxter Demko, amazing March, 71, 958 save percentage, excuse me. Buble Demko.
And I can tell you the Canucks are trailing the Canadians 1-0 after 20 minutes on Sportsnet Pacific. All right, let's get you back out to Scotiabank Arena. Sean McKenzie standing by with the Leafs' first score tonight, Jason Spezza.
Jason, when you find yourself down 2-0 early or even 3-1 like it was there for a minute or so, just how do you calm things down and reset on the bench?
Well, it's a long game, so it's obviously not the start we were looking for, but you just refocus, and we have a plan of how we need to play tonight, and I thought we got back to it.
We talk so much about the new faces, guys like Joe Thornton and Wayne Simmons and Zach Bogosian, but when things aren't going your way, how much do those veteran voices really show their value?
Yeah, it's important. There's going to be ups and downs in the season, and you need veteran guys to kind of calm your room and also get your room focused on what you have to do. So a lot of times when you lose a game, it's just back to basics.
Jason, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Mark.
Spezza loving what he was doing in the first period. Chris Tanev also getting in on the act. It's 3-2 Flames after 1. Full first period analysis coming up next on Sportsnet.
With Molson Ultra, we're celebrating more than après-ski, like après-juice cleanse, or après-walking your 10,000 steps a day. Why not après together with the Molson Ultra? Brewed for balance with 70 calories and 2 grams of carbs.
Live at OLG. Here it goes. Hugging the middle lane, into the corners, just a few pegs left. Yes, a perfect landing! Play the new Instant Plinko ticket for your chance to win a chip drop on a real Plinko board for a guaranteed win of up to $500,000.
At OLG, we know there are many feelings that come with playing. Now, there's a pay it forward feeling. Because when you buy Instant Plinko, OLG will give profits back to local retailers. When you play, local wins.
I like the way you come right up, in spite of the air, come right up. Action.
13 essential nutrients. But what's essential? What's a nutrient? So many questions. Well, protein is a nutrient. You like muscles and you like protein. Phosphorus, another one. It's good for people with teeth and bones. Vitamin A helps you see in the dark. No, really. Zinc helps maintain healthy skin. Big fan. Riboflavin, fun as heck to say, and a factor in energy metabolism. Those are all essential nutrients, and milk's got like 10 more. Makes you wonder, what can't milk do?
Chevrolet Truck Month is on now at your local dealer. Meaning now's the perfect time to get into a Chevrolet Silverado. Find style, performance, and convenience. Find the Silverado you've always wanted.
Right now, during Chevrolet Truck Month, lease a 2021 Silverado Custom for the equivalent of $79 weekly. Or purchase with financing from 0% for up to 72 months. Go to Chevrolet.ca for details.
Take the night off. Get out of the house. A night where you don't have to think about what to cook. A night where we take care of everything. And you social safely. A night kind of like this. Look for the social safely symbol in your favorite Canadian restaurants.
Welcome back into the NHL studios. Elliot Friedman, Anthony Stewart, David Amber, 3-2 Flames after 20 minutes. A strange first period, right? I mean, these weren't picturesque tic-tac-toe goals, some strange ones.
Well, I really want to hear what Anderson has to say post-game about the third goal because it's a weird one. And you know, you see it in real time and you're kind of thinking, okay, there's a lot happening in front of them. Maybe that's what happened. But when I watch it from behind, like, I'm thinking, and Anthony, you tell me if I'm wrong here, because you played at this level. Either Anderson is thinking that shot is getting blocked, or you think he's seeing it, because he's not moving around too much. I would really like to know, because it would probably give us an idea of what is supposed to happen in front of Anderson on that play, because it looks like a bad whip.
Yeah, he looks a little upset after that goal, and I think it's because he thinks Hall's fronting the shot to actually block it. So I'm sure they've gone over it in video the last couple of weeks saying, hey, we've got to do a better job of blocking the shots, because 5 or 6 of these goals, I think, have gone in probably in the last 2-3 weeks on Freddie Anderson. So I think he's now saying, hey, guys, you got to commit to blocking the shots.
Because you know what, Dave, like everybody right now is looking at this and saying, you know, how worried are we supposed to be about Freddie Anderson? You admitted this week he's nowhere near 100%. To me, I want to hear the post-game explanation, the breakdown of what happened on that goal, like Anthony said, because there has to be an explanation for that.
All the Flames goals were seemingly on these innocuous plays, right? Like something where you didn't expect, it wasn't a high-scoring danger situation like on their second goal.
Yeah, and I think that's the frustrating part with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're sort of shooting themselves in the foot with major breakdown. This is National Hockey. You've got to pay attention to the details. So on the second goal here, Justin Hall comes in, makes the hit. Tavares now, as a centerman, you can't get caught on the outside of the puck. You got to be between the net and the man. Galchenyuk comes, he overcommits, and that's a major breakdown that leads to the goal. It's an amazing play by Rasmus Anderson passing to Ryan, but it's just 1 or 2 breakdowns, and it ends up in the back of your net. So I've seen this a lot with the Ottawa Senators, but it's starting to creep into the Maple Leafs game.
It's the first of 2 in a row with the Flames and Maple Leafs in an interesting one. So as Elliot said, I hope you have the over. 5 goals scored. We'll see how many more are scored in the second period. Much more action coming your way. Straight ahead, Sean and
yes,
CJ
I had
with
NW.
before puck drop, period 2. Leafs and Flames. Kirkland has the Leafs within 1.
Closed captioning provided in part by Cold Effects, cold and flu season support. Cold Effects, the #1 pharmacist recommended brand.
That was us. Just a few months ago. We were stressed out.
Give it to me now. No.
We didn't know what it was. Turns out it was our internet. So we switched to Rogers Ignite. We noticed the difference immediately. Now everything just works. Morning to night, attic to basement. No more stressing about the internet.
Get stress-free Wi-Fi, backed by our Wi-Fi promise, only with Rogers Ignite Internet.
Now is your time to build it, to tell that story, to care, to innovate, advocate, dare, to apply, to accept the challenge. Seneca, challenge accepted.
I'm gonna take it all the way when I hear the music play. Cause baby, I can't help myself. I did it to my thing, who knows what tomorrow brings. I'm never gonna kiss and tell.
Even a small social gathering can spread the deadly COVID-19 virus to someone you love. Until we all get the vaccine, stay home, save lives.
Popeye's new Cajun flounder sandwich.
Oh, got the vaccine, bitches.
Flounder sandwich between two fluffy brioche buns, topped with crunchy
I went the easy way too.
What's not to love? Get our delicious new Cajun flounder sandwich today for just $6.49.
At Onlia, safety is our obsession. That's why the safer you are, the more you could save on insurance.
Jets Oilers Saturday on Sportsnet and CBC.
What? Why are you still looking at me like that? I never talk like that.
Welcome back to Toronto, where it was less than an ideal
Stop!
start for the Maple Leafs, but they find themselves down by one after one to the Calgary Flames. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside Scotiabank Arena, where I'm joined by Chris Johnson. Chris, we're 20 minutes into Alex Galchenyuk's Maple Leaf debut. He's getting the opportunity to play with some pretty high-end talent, which is maybe not something he's used to in the last couple of years, is it?
Well, that's an important part of the opportunity here, Sean. The Leafs have provided him getting to play with William Nylander and John Tavares. So when you look at the last year, as he's bounced from team to team to team, he's not been playing with that list of players there, guys that are known for their offense. And I think the Leafs really want to discover, does he still have that offensive ability that he's had in the past? And I thought it was interesting in his period, his first three shifts, 2 goals against that line, and certainly not his fault, but Sheldon Keefe stuck with them, and I thought there was a bit of a reward here. There was some jump from Alex Galchenyuk. We saw him winning some puck battles and getting it on the forecheck. And you know, this could be a big addition for the Leafs. If he fits in on this line, it might limit what they have to do at the trade deadline because he's playing in the spot, but I think the Leafs are looking for a trade target for him.
The last
He's off. He's where the quarters open on this screen.
To practice and you know, really getting that wrist in hand, feeling a little bit better. He's not all the way back. This isn't a fully healed type of situation, but I thought that he looked pretty good in that first period. Had a couple shots on net, and the key thing as well for Austin Matthews is after this back-to-back with Calgary, there's 4 more days off on the other end between the next game, and that should give him a chance to get closer to being where he was earlier in the year.
Chris, thank you very much for the time. Now to get you set for the call of the second period. Chris Cuthbert, Craig Simpson, gentlemen.
Thank you, Sean. CJ, 3 goals, 7 shots against Frederik Andersen. First time Leafs have given up 3 in the first period this year.
Yeah, and I think there's no questions for Sheldon Keefe. You got to put him back in there, let him battle. You got Kerfoot scoring that late goal, gives your team a little bit of boost, a little bit of confidence, and all he has to do now is shut the door and look for your offense to get you back into the game and help you out.
Expecting Jack Campbell to get the start tomorrow against David Riddick for Calgary. Here's Ryder putting it to the front of the net.
As a friend for now.
Here's Matthew Tkachuk, who opened the scoring in the first period. The first shot on goal. That's the 10th time in the last season and a half that Frederik Andersen's been beaten with the first shot of the game.
What the most disturbing too is 6 out of the last 7 games, the Leafs have given up the first goal of the game. That's something you don't want to be always needing a goal to get right back early on.
Kerfoot after the puck deep to the Calgary zone. Look to cycle it along the boards, broken up by Hannafin. Puck is not cleared though, and now Kachuk from his knees. We'll get things organized as Tanev fakes it ahead for Ritchie. Morgan Riley on the scene for the Leafs defensively. Back in comes Hyman. Across from Mikheyev. On the back end in front. Hannafin got a stick on that. Joe Hannafin with over 9 minutes on the Calgary blue line in that first period. Riley back, a hit to Kerfoot. Calgary made a change, and now the Leafs in the midst of one as well. Lead feed went past Mikheyev, heading to the bench. An icy ball.
One thing the Leafs are really trying to do a good job of is stay up.
I'm live.
Here's a great example of it there. Riley goes inside to make that play, gets support, and now that creates a chance at the other end. No easy entry for the Flames. Back at the other end, there was a good stick by Hannafin as that pass was going across. Would have been a good chance there for Riley, who started the play, jumped up and created an offensive opportunity.
Seen out to center, and now swung back in the Toronto zone off the stick of Mangiapane. Brody takes a hit, moved it to Riley, and the aerial bouncing down in the Flame zone. Nylander, Tavares, Galchenyuk. Tipped up the center, and Tavares back in his own zone. Plays past Galchenyuk, and this won't be an icing call. Icing wave, and Tavares is on it. Tracked by Backlund. Dermott across for Bogosian, now on 199 career points. Dermott sends it to Tavares. Trying to pivot away from Backlund. Handing it off to Nylander. Disrupted by Backlund. Tavares. Dermott. That shot ricocheted across the front of the net, and Milan Lucic will send it up to center. And play has been stopped. Tuned into Hockey Night in Canada tomorrow night. That's the top 3 and learn who will be the 2021 Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup champion.
We got a little broken glass there at the Flames bench. So you wonder why the whistle went. It's just hanging down as it's supposed to wrap around the top, or maybe even just tape it down if it doesn't go in. I wonder why the whistle went. Lucic with the hard hit, and that pops the casing off the top there. As that wrapped around. The section of glass over that the impact went right around to the Calgary bench.
That's what happens when you get hit by a guy.
Okay, guys, so the Leafs are down by 1.
Really hard-earned 1,000 games in the NHL.
You know, it's been interesting listening to the Calgary players have to answer questions about Daryl Sutter and about what he's like, and you know, a little bit tight-lipped, as Lucic was saying the other day. I can't tell you what he was talking about, or am I going to be in trouble? There are some things that you just got to keep internal.
Daryl Sutter likes number 17 on his side.
Absolutely.
Back underway after the window repairs. And off Josh Lebo down into the late zone. Brody again. Turned over, but offside as Bennett was trapped.
One of the happiest guys on the Leaf bench is that man there, is Wayne Simmons. You know, the frustration of Chris, as you mentioned, he just started to get his confidence. Scored 2 goals in his last game before he hurt his hand, and 5 goals and 6 prior to that. So getting a chance to play, he's going to be a guy who's going to get a chance to play up and down the lineup, starting on the 4th line in this game, but you know he's got the opportunity to play really in all situations. Right there now.
Yeah.
Disrupting things, now has the puck. Side of the net, looking to center. And it's scooped up there by Bennett, back the other way. Bennett race again against Morgan Riley. TJ Brody takes over. Lead feed for Simmons, and Hannafin stepped up on him. Here's Monahan to the line and over. Sends it across. Look here, and Anderson able to fight that off for the chance for Sam Bennett.
You know, trying to just get something going. You got a 1-goal game now, so the one thing you can always do is be physical. He gets in and finishes his check not once but twice, and that's the energy that Sheldon Keefe was saying that Simmons does bring. But there's a nifty little play by Monahan, and that's an important early save there for Anderson, not allowing a rebound to be laying there.
Leads control off the face-off, and it's flipped ahead. Racing his Hannafin back to Warner in Slip Street. Hannafin sent it around, knocked down there by Thornton. Here's a loose puck for Warner. He shoots, scores! It's Warner up top. And the game is tied.
Yes! Woo! Mom.
Get stopped up by the veteran Thornton, and then you get support around the puck. Here's the play around the side. Hannafin with the back end, right to Tanev around the board. He's waiting there. You know, so often you see Thornton waiting there offensively, that time defensively. And the one thing about
Go!
he's been shooting the puck. He's got 5 assists in 4 of his last 5 games, and there, just a perfect one. Pulling it back at the right time, getting that shot through the stick and up and over the glove of Markstrom.
His 13th, gets the late season, and gets him to 40 points on the season. The fourth player to hit 40 this year, joining Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Patrick Kane. Marner sends it across, and Jake Muzzin will wrap it down on Markstrom. He's starting to change.
How many times has Daryl Sutter seen that kind of play from Thornton? You always forget that throwing the puck blindly up the board, who's there first, Thornton makes the play, and it costs you a goal again.
Brett Simon unable to pull the trigger against Giordano. Stays on the puck though, and now taken away by Marcin Bonnie, knocked down by Hyman. Flames to the right. Here comes Backlund over the line with Lucic. Lucic laid it back, and that was intercepted by McKeon, and here comes Kirkland. Hyman with him as Kirkland drops it down. It comes from Bogosian. DJ Brody unable to handle that. He's got a re-rack out at center. 3:48, time of the tying goal by Marner. So the Leafs have scored the last 2. Late in the first period, and now Marner here early in the second. McKeon under the net. I'm looking for it, found by Nesterov. Levo from his skates up to Lucic, who plays it down into the Toronto zone. Up ahead over the reach of Galchenyuk. He'll charge after the Leipzig. Hannafin back and around for Bennett. But he will Collins landing to the left wing for Levo. Over Leafs kind of cutting it east ribbon. Back to the line for Hannafin. Across for Tanev, moving in. Here's Hannafin shooting, and that's going to lay and ricochet wide. Get the line here by Bennett right on. Anderson unable to cover and has to make another save in tight. Derek Ryan. Sport group for Calgary coming close again. Levo tied up. Ryan gets it loose. Tanev again shooting off the glove of Anderson. Levo back to the line and across it comes to Hannafin. Returns for Tanev. Off the pitch, it's Ritchie and he whipped that line. DJ Brody off the inboards. And now ahead for Tavares. He'll drop it down and let it start a change. Tavares line hemmed in for most of that last shift. Got he can roll ahead. Big Red Ritchie cruising on the right side. The Orange go lead up, taking all to the inboards. The puck comes past Muzzin. Simmons for Muzzin. And he'll bounce it down to Markstrom. Johnny Gaudreau off the boards. Ritchie tied up there, Monahan by Spezza. And now Yusuf Valimaki. Oh, big hit there as Gaudreau was tagged by Hall. Valimaki's going to go after him, and they'll drop the glove. So Johnny Gaudreau is slow to get up.
Oh, absolutely laid him into the board there.
Was that against Simmons?
His feet chip it by, and he gets up slowly. The reaction immediate. Hall knew that someone would be coming. Well, you target the top players, and this is Hall going hard and just finishing.
Oh, it's Hall.
Valimaki, not necessarily known as a fighter, came in to try to handle Gaudreau.
And Milan Lucic taking numbers from the bench after that huge hit on Gaudreau. 3-3 here.
The Toyota Highlander helps you be everything you need to be to make life happen. Executive, executive assistant, thoughtful, spontaneous, expert, amateur, and idle. Drive your world in the Toyota Highlander and Highlander Hybrid.
That was us. Just a few months ago. We were stressed out.
Kissing me now?
No.
We didn't know what it was. Turns out it was our internet. So we switched to Rogers Ignite. We noticed the difference immediately. Now everything just works. Morning to night, attic to basement. No more stressing about the internet.
Get stress-free Wi-Fi, backed by our Wi-Fi promise, only with Rogers Ignite Internet.
With the new Lightning Lotto from OLG, you could win big right on the spot. You don't strike the jackpot strikes you.
Mitch Marner is 13th at a 5-game point streak.
Yeah, and you know what? I mentioned the fact that he's been shooting the puck a whole lot more after a 5-game slump where he didn't score. Now he's got another 3 shots tonight. Got one up and over. The impact of that late goal by Kirkwood, but much like we saw in the first one, it's not necessarily giving his defenseman heck, but that was a turnover by Tanev. Had a chance to move it up the ice, turns it over, and Marner puts it in the back of the net.
Giving it one too many.
You don't have money for that.
Valimaki in the box.
Linda.
Ball.
Right.
Aaron Marner sending it wide of the net. Wade Simmons after.
Well, Blake's going to clear. So the extra went to Valimaki, and you got a power play here.
Power play brought to you by Rogers Ignite Internet. Stress about the game, not the Wi-Fi. Get stress-free Wi-Fi. Backed by the Ignite Wi-Fi promise.
And this is where you'll see Simmons get the opportunity in front. They're trying to get his presence back. He's got 3 power play goals of his 5 this year.
Marner back in his own zone, watched by Ryan, who hits off, and here comes Morgan Riley. Working his way in over the line to the right side for Simmons. Matthews dropped it off, Marner across, and now Riley finds fourth in the slot. Matthews went home quickly on him. It's Marner, another shot. That one through the side. Marner for fourth. Simmons to Marner again as the reset. Matthews went high up top. Marner's shot. That went off Giordano and up over the net.
Marner was looking for Matthews there, and the laneway across for the pass was taken away, so he ends up taking the shot.
Brody back pedals, but now Marner ahead, and Matthews back in and sends it across. Freelander fired, and Marshall got a piece of that. At the line, Brody got a stick on it to hold his own momentarily. Now back from away. John Tavares back. Back to charging in. The backhand. Anderson stops that. Here comes Tavares. Late stages of the power play. Across for Spencer. Back to Brody. Just one shot with a man advantage. With the penalty done. And back into Valimaki in front. First shot. Nylander with backhand. Will the Flames able to survive that and get it clear? Justin Hall off the
the boards up ahead. Hyman redirected it to the line, but not deep. Ritchie going after it against Hall. Along the boards, Gaudreau. Kelly Gaudreau doesn't miss a shift after that punishing hit by Hall. That shot got through and Anderson makes the stop. Hyman sends it back. There's Hall with Gaudreau watching him. Definitely get a sense of a lot of bodies in front of the try. And that's what the Calgary's trying to do every single time they get control back is put as much traffic in front of the vision for Anderson. It's paid off with a couple of goals, and that one was a post on the outside. Alex Kerfoot at center. Sends it past Nestorov and in. Wants to look to play it. Justin Hall has dropped the gloves along with Matthew Tkachuk. It was just a little bit too delayed. He dropped the gloves and Tkachuk will get going up. Hall figured that it was going to happen. He started to put the gloves back on, but they're up and running now.
I think Matthew Tkachuk should get out of there. Like he's a fucking dick, dog. Get that motherfucker out of here.
Circling back and getting out. Well, there was the challenge from Tkachuk. Challenge accepted. But he figured Tkachuk had veered away.
Yeah, Matthew Tkachuk took care of business.
Always flavorful, always refreshing, always quality. Welcome to the High Life.
At Onlia, safety is our obsession. That's why the safer you are, the more you could save on insurance.
Nothing much watching the Leaf game.
Brighten your dullest days and warm up with a world full of entertainment, excitement, and the most popular games at Rio Vegas. Your world can be a magical place when everything else is gray. See you at RioVegas.eu, king of casino. Live at OMG. Here it goes. Hugging the middle lane, into the corners, just a few pegs left.
Yes, a perfect landing! Instant Pinko ticket for your chance to win a chip job on a real Pinko board, guaranteed win of up to $500,000.
At OLG, we know there are many feelings that come with playing. Now, there's pay it forward feeling. Because when you buy Instant Plinko, OLG will give profits back to local retailers. When you play, local wins.
People say that Napa Auto Pro technicians can handle all kinds of jobs. Suspension, brakes, mufflers, batteries.
Hey, it's true.
It's true.
Napa Auto Pro. It's true.
Rep Our Home is brought to you by Molson Canadian, our beer, hockey's beer. Tonight, Viking, Alberta. When you look at this farming community and the city's welcome sign, there is no doubt which family is their pride and joy. Perhaps hockey's most famous brother act, of course, would be the Sutters, headed up by Louis and Mum Grace. Their first NHL wave featured 6 Sutters. There was Brian, Daryl, Dwayne, Brent, and of course the twins, Ron and Rick. Collectively, nearly 5,000 games. 6 Stanley Cups as players, plus Daryl's 2 as a Stanley Cup in Los Angeles. There's been a second wave from the family, and that is all built on the pride of representing Viking Alberta. Guys, that's a terrific family. Grace just celebrated her 85th birthday recently. You're going to see that again.
No, I don't think so. I definitely, 6 is just amazing to see the impact they've had on the hockey league. Tkachuk's back in the room, man. He's almost with his hand. Can't talk about fight. Now you got Hanson down.
Well, Hannafin is slow to get up. They're going to need a whistle here as he grabs his stick. We're going to let the play continue. Hannafin's clearly laboring with Cheech out at center. Look it up, and the Leafs will try and counter. Galchenyuk back in. Here's Nylander. Good shot to the toe stop there, and Markstrom able to hold on to that.
Not sure if Hanifin took a stick to the mouth. His reaction was immediate. Coming in there. Well, he got the lift of the stick from Nylander, and then the glove of Galchenyuk, but he was so delayed in trying to get off the ice. Instead, he had a turnover in the neutral zone.
Come on, what do you feel of this?
Just slid right underneath the toe pad there of Markstrom. He felt it and didn't overreact. It was
Let's tie up. Let's tie up a 3.
Matthews gets control. Back to Brody. On the move again is Marner. His shot blocked by Ryan. And out at center ice. DJ Brody for Thornton. Morgan Riley back in his own zone.
Let's make it tie up to 3, guys. All you need to do is to untie it and win the game. The Leafs came back and tied, guys. Now 3-3 tie game.
First game for Joe Flip against the Flames. He had the ripple tree that kept him out when these two teams played a couple of back-to-backs. Hyman chasing after it. Up against Valimaki. They go to the end boards. McCabe arrives. Here's Kerfoot shot. It's chopped and it just went wide.
Come on, Leafs, you got this.
Johnny Gaudreau plays it to the far side. That's going to step up for Toronto. Back in just into the reach of McCabe. And McCabe's going to get a holding penalty as he put the clutch on Nikita Nesterov.
Like having a pro on your beer league team. Discover your unfair advantage with Remax today.
Well, it's a tough penalty to take because you had a heck of a good shift going because of the effort of Zach Hyman. Gets in on the forecheck like he does so often. They cycle the puck to the net, just barely missed on the outside, and now you just get reaching. You lose body position. You can see McCabe knew he was in a vulnerable spot. Instead of getting that arm out of there, just drew the penalty and a chance here for the power play for the Calgary Flames.
Second power play of the night. Flames 0 for 1. And a face-off win. A shot scores. Power play goal on a blast by Giordano. His 50th career power play marker.
Well, the second face-off goal we've seen directly from a clean win from the Flames, but this is another one for Frederik Andersen here. You just wonder, was there much of a screen? Look at this reaction. He's down early. This one goes right over his shoulder. Mangiapane, did it get deflected there? Maybe sliding across as you saw Lucic. Look at Lucic's reaction. I think this is going to be his, but still this one just a little bit higher. The hard shot. No, there's a point to Giordano, but that was a bomb that Andersen down early goes up and over his shoulder, and it's off the post and in to make it a 4-3 game.
One replay looked like it nicked the stick of Lucic. We'll see.
I think the point back by Lucic was saying, no, I was there, I was trying to get it, but I missed it.
In any event, Calgary regains the lead and take long on that power play. Flames are 15th on the power play this season. The Leafs are second, but that's the 19th game that Calgary scored a power play goal. One more than Toronto. Here's Engvall looking for a puck in the slot. They do announce Giordano with his fourth. And as mentioned, his 50th career power play goal. Marner back in. Drops for Engvall. Shooting, and that just missed the far side. Up ahead it goes, and Brett Ritchie to the attack on his off wing against Bogosian. Back to the line for Hannaford. He's okay. Shot. Hit traffic in the line of fire. Matthews ahead for Bogosian. And that off the stick and up over the glass on play.
You mentioned the statistics on power play, but it's sometimes the timing's more important. You get a bit of a gift of a power play. Let's see the tracking for Andersen. He's got two bodies there that never saw. And I mean, so often it's the pass across that you have to be able to track. You can see he was late, and you had Lucic battling with his defenseman. And Andersen never saw the release of that from Giordano, and just a bomb of a shot goes up and over the shoulder to make it 4-3.
Calgary works their way out of their own zone. Onto the right side, Lucic. Hannafin's going to venture in deep. Chip behind the net for Dermott. Moving up on Trapani.
Taken up his stick by Marner, who blocks the cheap shot. Chasing after it, the Hannafin racing back for it for Calgary. Race between the number 4 and 5 guys in the 2015 draft. Marner one spot ahead of Hannafin. Lucic on the line. Mangiapane can't get it back to him. And Bogosian rolls it down. Markstrom going to leave the net with Galchenyuk in the vicinity. Here's Galchenyuk taking it away from Nesterov at the line for Muzzin. Shot blocked. Valimaki in the lane. A battle for the loose puck, and Lucic gets it out. Mangiapane after it. Leads Calgary an even strict point since the start of February. Back the other way come the Leafs. Muzzin the center, and he'll flip it in. Valimaki along the inboards. Plays it past Tavares. Kept it at the line by Riley. Bounced in front. And Valimaki was there. Lead feed. And Bennett, who was in behind Riley, unable to reach that. Morgan Riley ahead. Hyman unable to steer that back down, and it bounces in on Anderson. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. 19-14 shots on goal here for Toronto. But the Flames have a 1-goal lead. Here's Zach Hyman trying to come out of the corner on the backhand. Gets it back again. Travis Dermott sends it in. Good foot off his stick, McKeon in the area, but Johnny Gaudreau will play the another hard flow check by Hyman. You get a sense again of why every line wants to have Hyman on their wing. He's just so effective at getting in and making something happen. There he is again, nearly got it in front of McKeon. Got it back towards Kerfoot, went past him. Kerfoot along the boards. Against Sean Monahan, and the Flames away with the puck. And Ritchie will send it in from center. Gaudreau on the far side, trying to duck the check with Bogosian. Look in front of the net to move quickly ahead for Marner, who turns it back. And the Leafs get pointed forward as Thornton sends it in. Matthews chasing after it, Hannafin along the boards, and Thornton's there. Behind the net, Matthews able to get the right lane to the puck that time. And up comes Calgary. Over the line for Lucic with Lindholm. Thornton up to center, and Matthews now back. Here's Matthews over the line. Trying to get it back for Marner, and it deflects to center ice. That one bounced away from Muzzin, and in comes Dylan Dubé. Taken to the boards by Dermott. Engvall had to retrieve his stick. Mangiapane there. Dermott trying to get away from the checking of Mangiapane. Engvall was checked, but the Leafs able to send it down the ice. It's too far. And it makes a call against Toronto.
A little step can make a big impact. See when you use your Windex glass cleaner trigger to reduce plastic waste. Refills now available.
Their faceoffs are fairly even now, 52 to 48 for Calgary. There's Tkachuk has got his hand worked on, but he's back. But you know the importance now with a couple of goals coming off one draws by Calgary.
A slight edge in that department, but as you mentioned, the face-off wins have been difficult here tonight. Brody unable to reach that as it slides down the ice, and it will be an icing ball that enrages the Calgary bench.
You know, Sheldon Keefe talked about the importance of this week for his team to get rest, which, as you mentioned, they had Sunday and Monday completely off. He also said, Chris, at the 30-game mark, you're typically around Christmas, and the team would have had a chance to have a Christmas party, get together. That really has been all around the league. A big challenge to try to bring your team together is find events when you can't really have any social interaction between the players. Big difference in trying to keep your team fresh and keep them together.
Spencer won a drop. Brody shot blocked, and Sam Bennett down the ice for the Flames. Ryan joins him. Bennett spun around just inside the line. Calgary gets back on it, and it is
Mine.
nice work by him. Wesley Stevenson in front. Off his feet to the line. Lever fired in and hit Ritchie tied up in his skates. And the Leafs able to find it, and Riley bounces it down. Will be another icing call against the St. Pats. Toronto wearing these uniforms for the second game, but so far they have not been that lucky.
No, I would say so. And how about for Frederick Anderson? It's like every long shot, it's a little bit of a hold your breath as that one gets deflected. Brody did a pretty good job of blocking it. Riley gets the other one, or rather Engvall gets the other one on the other side. But you've seen a couple of instances where it's been hard for the goaltender to track that one from the point.
Here Engvall's been stuck out there a while. That shot, Brody tried to block with Cheech at the side of the net. Now Riley with it. The giveaway. Catch it from Lucic. Off the goal post. Oh, what a break for Frederick Anderson.
There's your Irish luck there. That one. Lucic can't believe it. That was a pass by Riley right on the tape. A turnover ends up with a chance and off the bar and out this time after going off the bar and in earlier.
How would John Molson celebrate our common bonds? He'd share his label with his pal J.P. Weiser and brew a lager with whiskey-aged hops, creating notes of vanilla and toasted oak. A beer they could both drink to. Molson Common Bond.
And we'll rise up, high like the wave, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up.
Thanks. For dinner.
Yeah, thought I'd try something new.
It's weird.
It's not weird. You're weird. You won't even buy a lighter.
Eggs for dinner isn't weird. You're weird for thinking it's weird.
Are you playing slots?
Yeah, on OLG's new online casino.
Wow.
Yeah, now I can play blackjack on the bluffs. Or roulette in our hot tub.
Or maybe I can play progressive jackpots while you paint our bedroom. Yes.
Get your casino on wherever you are at OLG.ca. Sign up now and get a bonus of up to $300.
Popeye's new Cajun flounder sandwich is coming in hot with our crispy flounder sandwich between two fluffy brioche buns, topped with crunchy pickles and our signature tartar sauce. What's not to love? Get our delicious beef Cajun flounder sandwich today for just $6.49.
Been a tough night, but maybe a big boost there of that last post.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of thinking moments. Again, you got to be able to trap the puck. Here's the long shots that we've been talking about that have found a way through. Here's off the one draw through. Three bodies, never even really reacted to it. This one from Tanev, again, a screen in front, a late reaction goes by his blocker. And on the power play, his reaction is just looking behind and couldn't believe where that one went to. So one of those nights where you really got to grind and try to dig in and find a way to keep your team in the hockey game.
Mark Giordano, the Toronto product, scored his first NHL goal against the Maple Leafs. Has the goal that's the difference right now in the game with 1 minute remaining in the second period. Dustin Hall will drop it back in. Lindholm has him lined up. Everybody's got Hall's number on that Calgary side after that enormous hit against Johnny Gaudreau in this period. Up loose. Up Tavares down low for Nylander. Galchenyuk gets it back to Nylander. Now it's Galchenyuk to the line. Ball across. Wasn't off by Kachuk. And a redirect try by Tavares. Like a little like Matthew Kachuk there, didn't it? Tavares after it again. Knocked off stride there, and he gets his stick into Dubé, and that's going to be a hooking call against the Leaf captain.
At the end of what's been a great shift and lots of pressure, trying to do what they did in the end of the first period, where Kerfoot was able to score to give you a little bit of a spark. But in the battles down low, Tavares starts in front of the net, gets knocked down in front there. He and Dubé have a little bit of a thing going from the other side of the net. Now you're battling for the puck, maybe a little frustrated, and just that stick into the arms area is it's called pretty much every time. And
End of a good long offensive zone shift ends up with another power play for the Flames.
The Leafs now have allowed 8 power play goals in their last 16 times shorthanded. So it's been an issue. And the Flames from the man advantage looking to expand the lead. Mangiapane unable to control it. Then Muzzin will get a clear. That's going to do it for the second period. Leafs got even early, but a power play goal for Calgary by Mark Giordano puts them back on top, but they will start the third period with the man advantage. So through 40 minutes here at Scotiabank in Toronto, it's 4-3 for the Flames. David Amber, along with Anthony Stewart and Elliot Friedman on the other side.
NHLShop.ca is the largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. Visit NHLShop.ca.
Roll Up to Win is back on the Tim's app this year. And every roll, well, wins. So you could roll away with a Samsung TV. Or your late lunch could suddenly come with donuts or coffee or rewards points. Or your roll could rise above the rest and that all-new 2022 Volkswagen Taos is all yours. Play Roll Up to Win today on the Tim Hortons app and win every time. A giddy sense of anticipation here in the OLG Price Center as the Plinko chip is heading to the post. And here it goes, hugging the middle lane, into the corners, and another bounce. Delirium here on the Plinko board. Do you believe in big wins? Yes, a perfect landing in the top price slot. Play the new instant Plinko ticket for your chance to win a chip drop on a real Plinko board for a guaranteed win of up to $500,000.
Fun. Intelligence. Drive. They run in the family. Corona.
Thanks. For dinner.
Yeah, thought I'd try something new.
That's weird.
It's not weird. You're weird. You won't even buy a ladder.
Eggs for dinner isn't weird. You're weird for thinking it's weird. This is our chair. And so is this one. And this one. Because right now, Canadians need advice from wherever they feel safest. With TD Ready Advice, you can connect to an advisor from any chair. TD, ready to help you move forward.
How much down payment do I need for my first home?
How would that be different when buying our next one?
Rates are low. Can we refinance to build an extension?
TD Mortgage Advisors are here to provide personalized advice for what's essential to you. Get mortgage advice how and when you want it.
Blue Jays, Phillies, Saturday on Sportsnet.
After 2 periods, the Flames continue to lead by 1 goal. This time, though, it's 4-3 Calgary on top. Elliot Friedman, Anthony Stewart. Not a lot of shots on goal, but a lot of goals being scored.
Yeah, it just seems like one of those games where it just seems whoever's going to get the most shots is going to end up with the win tonight, too. And you can prepare as much as you want, but when the goaltenders aren't going, we got Markstrom with 3 goals against on 19 and Freddie with 4 goals against on 16 shots. They've got to find a way to get a win. So I don't think they're going to resort to systems. It's just put pucks on net and hope for the best.
You're just sitting here waiting to see which one of the goalies lives up to the reputation because they're off tonight. Yeah, it's a strange game indeed. Meanwhile, Mark Giordano, the Flames captain, he leads the team with 3 shots on goal. His last shot made it into the goal, and he's standing by Marchand McKenzie.
Mark, your team coming off a performance against the Oilers that you guys obviously weren't happy with. Just how much have you liked the bounce back so far here through 2 periods?
Yeah, I really like their energy, but I think we can be better in this game, to be honest. We can check a little bit better here and not give them so much offensively.
You've gone through a few different coaching changes in your career. Just what is that period like when you're trying to get acclimatized to a new coach? Normally, how long does it take to really get up to speed?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't changed much. We just little tiny changes in our system, so it's been good. Obviously, for me, I'm pretty familiar with Daryl, so it's a little bit different this time around. But yeah, I think overall our team's adjusting well.
Mark, thanks for the time.
Okay, thank you. As you mentioned, things heating up in the North Division. Canucks 1 point ahead of the Flames. They're in Montreal taking on the Canadiens. Down a goal with Adam Gaudette to the net. Good things happen. We are tied at 1. The pass from Roussel beats Jake Allen. Demko's been great in this game yet again. And here's a rookie, Nils Hoglander. A great tip there. And it's 2-1. Canucks leading on Sportsnet Pacific. Canucks region. Meanwhile, Rangers and Capitals in DC on the power play. Our Tony Panarin, remember, missed those 9 games. He's been sensational since returning. That's 3 straight games in a book.
OG and Shea. And Siakam and a foul. How about this?
Yo, I was winning.
Nick Nurse at the rim.
Yeah.
2 good.
Those games progress. Meanwhile, the trade deadline, April 12th, we're hoping there's a...
We start by shaking off that rust, and we've got some goals to show you, that's for sure. The Flames would get on the board first. First off, some reinforcements for Toronto. A familiar face to Habs fans. Alex Galchenyuk stick handling before making his Leafs debut. He had 8 points in 6 games with them. Goal in 9 games, and Calgary has a 1-0 lead. Just 6 minutes later, they would add to that lead. Derek Ryan, check out all alone there in the slot. The one-timer, 2 goals on 4 shots, and Calgary quickly up 2-0. But Toronto does respond. The puck deflection to Jason Spezza. He
With Rust, Krejci, Pastrnak.
front wires it over the glove of Jacob Markstrom, extending his point streak to 5 straight games.
59%.
Crushing Johnny Gaudreau against the boards with a big hit there. That leads to a quick fight with Juuso Valimaki. Gaudreau would stay in the game shortly after challenging Hall to a fight. It takes so long that Hall goes up to pick up his gloves. Yeah, what's happening right now? Like, is this happening? They would eventually scrap for a bit before Kachuk will take him down. All right, later on in the second period with the Flames on the power play, Mark Giordano with a point shot. That will be Anderson. His 50th career power play goal has the Flames leading this one after 40 minutes of play by 4-3 score.
7 goals through 40 minutes. Out of the Rangers and Caps. First period, Washington.
Opry juice plants. Or Opry walk in your 10,000.
It's many games, and the first of this one, 1-0 for the blue shirt. Second period, Ovi gaining the zone, but Ryan Lindgren with the big hit. Big collision there for the Caps captain, and right now his team trailing still 1-0 in the second intermission.
All right, looking ahead to Sunday, be sure to catch the latest top of her game episode, Tara Sloan, joined by special guest Marie Philippe-Deland. It airs at 3 Pacific on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet Now. And, of course, we have a big third period coming up from Montreal. There's 2 points separating these two teams, but that could disappear.
Yeah. How about the history, too? Vancouver has not won in Montreal in regulation since January 16th, 2007. It's been a minute. We'll see you soon.
Commentators clothing provided by Jack Victor. We want to see your skills. Show us what you got by posting your video on Instagram or TikTok with NHL Fan Skills at home. Learn more at nhl.com/fanskills.
Ideas exist inside you, electrify you. They grow from our imagination,
but they can't be held back. They want to be set free, to make the world more responsible and even more incredible. Ideas of the future, just like that. Audi.
With $1 Million Score and Win, you brought the thrill of hockey to Save On Foods. Want your shot at a $1 million payday? Go on the power play with our featured products. Score a bonus entry when you buy Country Harvest White. No sugar added. Get in the game. Shop Save On Foods today.
It's not always easy, but every morning, every day, we're getting life back on track. And BC's recovery plan is there working for you. Strengthening healthcare, getting people back to work, and helping us get ready for tomorrow. British Columbia is rebuilding, and together we can come back even stronger. Be part of it at strongerbc.ca. A message from the government of British Columbia.
People say that Napa Auto Pro technicians can handle all kinds of jobs. Suspension, brakes, mufflers, batteries.
Hey, it's true.
It's true.
Napa Auto Pro.
It's true.
Don't let FOMO lead to investment fraud. Remember to research first, then invest. Visit the BC Securities Commission website and learn how to protect yourself from investment fraud.
Everybody was floating on cloud nine. There was 10 of us in the group, so I knew they'd break down to $100,000 a piece. It felt great. Even when you talk to people, they all say the same thing. I'm glad a group of people won it. 9 of us are bus drivers, and 1 is a safety and training officer.
I think they're really happy that some people from the island won. They can believe that now they can win, and I hope they do.
I thoroughly enjoy my job. Anybody can win Model Max. That's the excitement. You never know.
Inside every Highlander, you'll find advanced safety tech here and here, included standard. And with great offers on them right now, you'll know you've made the right choice here and here. So go here to get started.
Sportsnet presents 31 Thoughts, the podcast, with Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick. A deep dive into the latest NHL news, plus interviews with the game's biggest names. 31 Thoughts, the podcast. New episodes Mondays and Fridays. Presented by GMC.
Canucks for Kids Fun Online 50/50 is back. This season there's a jackpot every game day, both home and away. Tonight's estimated jackpot, $100,000. Don't delay. Get your tickets now. Canucks.com/online5050 for your chance to win. Canucks lead the Canadians 2-1 after 2. Strong second period. Harm Dial of The Athletic joining me here at Rogers Arena. And Harm, in that period, Niels Höglander picks up his 6th goal of the season. But you're more interested in talking about his playmaking of late.
Exactly. I think the top offensive players in the world don't just have high end skill, they're incredibly smart. And I think that definitely applies to Niels Höglander when it comes to his playmaking ability, how he sees the ice. And I think in this one, for instance, most times instead of attacking straight on the rush, notice how he moves laterally to create extra space to pull off that deke. The only reason he's able to pull off that deke and set up the backdoor chance is how he moves across the ice before getting the puck. On this play, where it actually leads to the assist, watch how he waits the patience when Zaitsev is trying to take the passing lane away, to wait until he's out of the frame and then make the dish. It shows a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, and smart offensive zone reads, and that's just so impressive to me, in addition to the high-end skill.
What's been more impressive to you in this his rookie season, his ability to help drive the offense, or just the way he's able to compete at his size?
I think definitely the battle level. I mean, we know that he had it in the SHL. He's played against men since he's been 16 years old. But to be able to do it in the NHL, especially like game 1, he was matched up against the Connor McDavid line, playing alongside Bo Horvat. And to see him win so many battles on the forecheck, so many battles along the walls, to be good on loose pucks, have the kind of two-way details to help drive possession and play, that to me has been really impressive. And it's shown up in the fact that Travis Green has had so much trust in deploying him in high-leverage situations.
You wrote recently on the top lines in the National Hockey League. I think there's no surprise with some of them, and we're waiting to see when the Canucks top line can get back there. But
What did you glean, especially when looking at where the Lotto line is right now?
Yeah, so last year the Lotto line drove a plus 15 goal differential, so it was one of the best lines in the NHL, not only in that, but also controlling play, scoring chances, all of that. This year they were middle of the pack. They were only +1 on the season, and that's a pretty significant swing. It's come as a result of January, where they were scored on a lot defensively. It's not necessarily because they aren't producing offensively, and it matters a lot for this Canucks group because they are disproportionately reliant on that top line to do the bulk of the scoring. The bottom six doesn't really chip in with a lot. And so when you look at the ingredients for this team's success, how they won hockey games last season, this isn't a deep hockey team. It was an elite top line number 1, a top power play and just special teams as a whole number 2, and 3, outstanding goaltending. The Canucks have gotten the goaltending and the special teams to come around as of late. Now you're hoping that when Elias Pettersson can rejoin the lineup, that they can get the top line going at an elite level again.
So when Pettersson comes back, if they get the top line going back up, closing to +5, +6, and if Demko keeps us up, do you think we're legitimately talking about a playoff chance? Because it was just 2 weeks ago that I don't know, most models had them at about 5% or less.
Yeah, I think this set against Montreal is really important because direct competition, these are essentially 4-point swings. So if they can win a couple here, I mean, you look at March as a whole, they haven't controlled play pretty well. They've been outchanced and outshot pretty heavily, which isn't a sustainable way to win down the stretch. But if you can get Pettersson back, the underlying process, I think, can improve. And if Demko and the special teams continue to perform, it can at least give them fighting chance.
Yeah, very good stuff tonight. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
The underlying process has been better tonight for the Vancouver Canucks, and once again, the goaltending has been outstanding. They're up a goal with a period to go, and the third period call was Shorthouse and Garrett is up when we come back from break.
Canucks Canadians, Saturday on City TV and CBC.
With 2 periods in the books in Toronto, it's the Calgary Flames with a 4-3 lead over the Maple Leafs as we get you set for the beginning of the third period. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside Scotiabank Arena, where I'm once again joined by Chris Johnson. Chris, the trade deadline is fast approaching, and it was just a few days ago that Kyle Dubas did his mid-season media avail. He talked a lot about the trade deadline, so given the circumstances of quarantine, the strange season, could we see things start to pick up a little bit earlier in the deadline, maybe?
Well, I certainly think if it goes the way Kyle Dubas would like it to, Sean, that's what you're going to see. It's been, 72 hours since he had that media call. There still hasn't been any action yet. I think, a big reason for that is the prices league-wide are really still quite high. We're not seeing other teams make those trades. But when you look at Kyle Dubas' history, both the deal to get Jake Muzzin and then last year the Jack Campbell, Kyle Clifford deals, those were early, well ahead of the deadline. I think when you combine that with the quarantine, the Leafs will be one of the early movers once we get the trading season started here any minute now.
Now, for the first time in a long time, the Maple Leafs appear to be healthy. Simmons is back. Thornton's back in. But maybe one guy that doesn't get as much attention to be back in the lineup tonight is Jack Campbell. Just how crucial is that for the Leafs moving forward?
Well, this is an addition that doesn't require a trade, and seeing him just on the bench is good news. It's been 3 weeks almost, and he was day-to-day, Sean. It just lingered. He suffered that left leg injury back in January in a game in Calgary. He was out for a month. Returned in Edmonton, ended up having a shutout this night, a Leafs victory, but reactivated that same left leg. You see him flexing it there, and it's just lingered and lingered and lingered. And I think, as Elliot was pointing out clear in the intermission, that not only is he going to start tomorrow night against Calgary, that if he has to run a good play, he's going to keep the Leafs net. And remember, he's 3-0 in the games he's played. The plan was to have these starts split more this season. It just hasn't worked out because of his health.
Well, Chris, let's find out what the third period has in store. Chris Cuthbert, Craig Simpson with the call.
Thank you, Sean. We start the third period. Calgary on the power play, minute 43 remaining in John Tavares' penalty. Calgary 12-0 and leading after 2. The Leafs have 1 win and 6 losses when trailing through 40 minutes. And right from the opening face-off, the Leafs will send it down into the Calgary zone. Just about a must-kill here for the Leafs out of the gate in the third. Monahan getting control, sending it around to the near side, looking for Kachuk. That bounce right to Anderson. Kachuk looking for it. Up again, time it, and it pops over the glass. And on the play.
Well, you mentioned the importance of the kill. It's really been a problem through this streak for Toronto, said earlier, 8 for 16 in the penalty kill, just is hard to overcome. And right now, you've got to give yourself a chance to just have to get one to get back into it. Right here with a minute 15, another important face-off here, which none other than Jason Spence that comes out for like he has so well throughout this season on the penalty kill.
The lights repair.
I think he broke a camera there, maybe. I think he's picking up glass and putting it through.
Well, guys, so
maybe that puck came through and did a little bit of damage. Can you expect that? Yeah.
That one lead comeback after trailing after 2 was the last win here against Winnipeg. And it ended with the Austin Matthews overtime goal. Hannafin ahead, Lindholm lost control of it. Hyman trying to butt that down waist high. Marner keeps it alive for the Maple Leafs, and they'll kill a little more time playing key boy here as it goes back to Muzzin. And ahead, Marner nearly had a breakaway pass as Calgary was in the midst of a change, and Giordano had to get there in a hurry.
Daryl Sutter won't be very happy with this power play. A real chance to give yourself a little breathing room, and they haven't even been able to get the setup.
Back one now is lost it to Kerfoot, who fires it back down the ice. Couple dozen seconds remaining. Giordano, who has the go-ahead goal in this game. On Giovanni, works to the line and over. Backlund sends it behind the net. TJ Brody works it ahead, and McCabe will guide it back down, and that should do it. Flames without a shot on goal on this power play as Tavares returns to the ice. Calgary led 2-0, bring it on. Vince Marner tied it early in the second. Mark Giordano restored the lead for the Flames late in period number 2. Riley a near giveaway in front. Big ball along the boards, and now Tavares takes over. And McCann hits north for Toronto. Gets it past Hannafin. He'll give back on a change. Tavares behind the net. And now around for Levo. That puck came loose just out of the reach of Matthews. Riley behind his net. One hands it away from Levo. And here's Travis Dermott. Lost it there for Tkachuk, but gets it back. And now Matthews tries to kick it ahead, but lays it down on Markstrom. What do we got here? Looks like Gary Smith going a little stick that way. And now Nylander sends it to the net. Nylander up with it again, trying to center. Back for Hall, a bouncing puck. Hall able to plant to the corner for Thornton. That went off the skate and ricochets out.
Markstrom a sigh of relief there. It seemed like a good idea, didn't it? But then the options with it, none.
Matthews with a nice move, sends it across. Simmons ripped it wide. Buzzing along the boards, and Ritchie able to play it past him and out. That's icing Calgary.
They get kind of in no man's land as a goaltender. It was a smart play to come out and grab it before the Leafs could get in on the forecheck. But then all of a sudden he looked at his options and they were all taken away. Couldn't go up the board. There's a Leaf player go to backhand. Nobody's there on his side. And that created a good chance. Little toe drag there by Matthews. And there's Simmons coming off the bench just a little too high.
That shot stopped by Markstrom, and he gets on the rebound with Anderson jostling in front.
Well, you mentioned Giordano with the go-ahead goal that we've seen, and we're debating whether Lucic was close. Watch the rear end of Jake Muzzin here. Just enough of a tip that Anderson looks over his shoulder, just barely grazed him, changed the direction a little bit, but it's been one of those nights for Frederik Anderson. And all Muzzin's trying to do is clear the alley there so his goaltender can see it, but that one got a little bit of a tip and up and over.
We've established that Frederik Anderson is not Irish.
Yes, he's not had a lucky night at all, has he?
That was an obscure Gary Suitcase Smith reference. Mike Smith might have been making the same play as Markstrom did with that little stick handle in the zone. But for those not aware, Gary Suitcase Smith once skated all the way up to center, stick handling.
Loved to handle it, didn't he? They had to put the rule in that the goaltender could not cross the red line. Here's Marner looking to steal it from Ritchie. Nylander out there as well. But Calgary away with the puck and shot Monahan. Ritchie, he's checked at center. The puck moved for Nylander, unable to catch up to that as Giordano came across. Now steal here as Tavares got a shot off goal. Markstrom with the stop. Tavares back on it again. Tried to send it to the net, but Rasmus Anderson there to look it away. Lead feed for Galchenyuk, dashing back in. Drops out for Yoshin. Galchenyuk swings it around to the far side, a centering pass off the side of the net. Galchenyuk gets it to Tavares. Trying to tip it off Backlund. And Backlund ties him up. German tries to help him. Leafs get back on it with Galchenyuk, sending it right on goal. Rebound up to Mangiapane, and he'll play it. Knocked off the stick of Lucic, but now bounced back in to the Toronto zone. Austin Matthews, and that shooting attempt. Here comes Street Buzzard. Scoops it in on the backhand. Chris Tanev. Along the boards as they scrum. Matthews hits the deck. Oh, glove stop by Matthews to keep it alive. Now Hyman out there. It's loose. Score! Oh, did it? Hit the post. Caught Matthews and put it in. Back to the line. Hall sends it wide of the net. Leafs come close. Zach Hyman parked in front. Marner trying to dash away, but getting a stick on that was Levo to turn them back. Another turnover. Good forecheck created the chance, and Matthews in tight. He thought he had it too. Markstrom couldn't get to it off the post and right back at him. Now Engvall bounced along the boards by Lindholm, but stays on it. McCann as the Leafs trying to string shifts together deep in Calgary territory. Rufus on him. Trying to tie up Valimaki. Engvall looking to dig it out. That's loose, and Calgary on it. Ahead, and Dubé will swipe that down the ice, but it's an icing call.
Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Molson Canadian. Our beer. Hockey's beer.
Chris Matthews finds himself right in tight, and he does a great job of getting it up and over the blocker of Markstrom, but just a bit of a fluttering puck gets right off the post and right back at him, but cleared away by the Flames defense.
Now Nylander goes to the net, puts it through the paint, and Kachuk will send it down the ice. Dubé after it. Logan Riley lost his stick on the play as he held up Dubé momentarily. Monahan after it for Calgary. But loose and Galchenyuk plays it away. Here comes Nylander. Down that right flank against Giordano. Puts on the brakes. Galchenyuk after it. How are you grading number 12 in his Leaf debut so far tonight, Brett?
I think he's done a good job of doing the one thing you can control, and that's your effort. He's been in quickly, created some turnovers, got some chances, and kept the puck going in the offensive zone.
Oh, that one skipped over the stick of half, and when he was moving in, looked like he had some room to do some damage.
You know, Sheldon Keefe came right back. That was the line. You mentioned the 3 shifts in a row. It was the Tavares line that got it started, and you followed it up by Kirkwood and then Matthews, and right back to Tavares after.
Now Simmons with Markstrom across, and Markstrom was stopped. Spezza on the doorstep. And a penalty upcoming against Calgary. 12:27 remaining here in the third period. The Leafs looking for the equalizer.
That was us. Just a few months ago. We were stressed out.
Can you hear me now? No. Wait.
We didn't know what it was. Turns out it was our internet. So we switched to Rogers Ignite. We noticed the difference immediately. Now everything just works. Morning to night, attic to basement,
No more stressing about the internet. Get stress-free Wi-Fi, backed by our Wi-Fi promise, only with Rogers Ignite Internet.
Even a small social gathering can spread the deadly COVID-19 virus to someone you love. Until we all get the vaccine, stay home, save lives.
Find more than you expected with confidence. Find comfort in the small things. Find a new outlook. The Chevrolet Equinox. Find new roads.
Right now, lease a 2021 Equinox True North Sport for the equivalent of $99 retail. Go to Chevrolet.ca for details.
Daryl Sutter talked about needless penalties the other night against Edmonton. He might think this is one that didn't need to be called.
Yeah, it is the slash barely on the hands, but we've seen a number of this year. There's been lots of complaints by both coaches and players at some of the calls, but this is your opportunity to get yourself right back into the game. You have to be able to take advantage of it and come up big when you need it.
Flames gave up 3 power play goals to Edmonton on Wednesday night. Flames trying to follow 1-for-11 skid with the man advantage. Anderson ahead for Matthews. Derek Ryan on the ice with Elias Lindholm in a penalty kill goal. As Riley kicks it back for Matthews. 34 to the attack. With Tavares along the boards. And now they've got some time to set it up. Matthews on the right flank. Nylander here on the left. Down low. Bumped in front. Tavares centered wide. On the feed by Marner, who's got it again in the corner. Up top, Matthews. Nylander. Riley. Blocked. Nylander. Marner across. And Matthews back to Riley up top. One-timer fanned on. Marner in front. And played it wide with Matthews on the other side. Moving it around, but haven't got the E shot yet. Marner does good work to get it loose. Riley again. William Nylander down low. Tavares is in the slot.
Yeah,
Riley blocked in front. Giordano with the block. Flames get a clear.
Giordano with just a great job defensively there. He got a good stick in on what would have been a great chance by Matthews and then ended it there with the block shot.
Now a minute left as Marner speeds back in. Hyman's now out there in the late stages of this power play with Horton. Wade Simmons helping get the power play, drawing the penalty against Backlund. It'll be Hyman in, fired it just wide, and that will carry him back to the late line. Last call of this power play, they haven't got a shot on goal yet, despite a lot of zone time. And here's Horton, moving in, he'll fire it off target. Spets on the other side, whipped it right wide. Hyman in the high slot, checked by Mangiapane, and the Bolton product will bring it up to center. Following up is Backlund from the box, right on. Looks for his own rebound. And T.J. Brody got a stick on that. That popped up off the back of the lead net. Hyman unable to clear. Now to the near side, and we're down to 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Calgary up by a goal. Muzzin across for Hyman. Redline it in as he wants a team. Barefoot after it against Nesterov. Backlund from his own zone up to center. Up down there by Hall. But now loose is Dylan Dubé. Patrick earlier this year against Ottawa. He's behind the net for Matthews and Chuck. He is checked in the lead, so try and get started out. They want to move inside and now out at center. Here Engvall on the move. Can't get the shot to the net. Akia gets it back to Engvall. Off the boards.
Nothing much, just watching the Leaf game.
Maybe a chance here. Tavares unable to pull the trigger.
Just watching the Leaf game.
Nylander steps back on the ice and joins Tavares. Pedrosa trying to get to the red line, and now Galchenyuk's into the slot. Over it goes to Nylander. Almost toe pick there into the end boards. Dermott moves up to keep it alive. Galchenyuk for Riley. He'll send it to the end boards. Good play by Nylander. Pick the pocket of Anderson, but that pass intercepted by Monahan, and he'll work to the red line. Morgan Riley, take away, but Gaudreau's back in.
They're down by one.
Cross, and that's whipped high as Ritchie leaned into that. Now it's Matthews ahead. Trying to get it to Marner, and Tannen was there. Galchenyuk at the end of a shift. Hands it off to Muzzin. Jake Muzzin in, and that one ramped off the stick of Hannafin wide. Well, Hannafin trying to clear it.
4-3 right now.
But Lebo and now Derek Ryan going to be loose and they swing it across through the crease and out the other side. What a chance. And now Marner dashing in. He'll drop it off. Chance here in front. Unable to get the shot to the net was Hyman, but a penalty is coming up. But the Leafs go right back to the power play.
Yeah, back-to-back chances for Toronto to tie this game, but Bennett had a chance to make it a 2-goal game. Ryan with the perfect pass across, backhand right through the crease, out the other side, and then the Leafs draw one at the other end, driving to the net. Hyman, he gets hooked. Power play coming up for Toronto.
The champagne of beers. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always quality. Welcome to the High Life.
A giddy sense of anticipation here in the OLG Price Center as the Plinko chip is heading to the paint. And here it goes, hugging the middle lane, into the corners, and another bounce. Delirium here on the Plinko board. Do you believe in big wins? Yes, a perfect landing in the top price slot. Play the new instant Plinko ticket for your chance to win a chip drop on a real Plinko board for a guaranteed win of up to $500,000.
People say at Napa Auto Pro we do suspension, brakes and tires, regular maintenance, seasonal maintenance, overdue maintenance, always with a smile, and a 24-month warranty.
Are you
It's true.
at McMaster now?
It's true.
Milk with 15 essential nutrients. But what's essential? What's a nutrient? So many questions. Well,
Are you
protein is a
in
nutrient. You like muscles,
university?
and you like protein. Phosphorus, another one. It's good for people with teeth. And, bones. Vitamin A helps you see in the dark. No, really. Zinc helps maintain healthy skin. Big fan. Riboflavin, fun as heck to say, and a factor in energy metabolism.
Did you
Those
apply
are all
for
essential
McMaster?
nutrients, and milk's got like 10 more. Makes you wonder, what can't
Did
milk
you
do?
apply?
Spring training winding down, beginning tomorrow. The Jays have 10 games before opening day. Tomorrow they visit the Phillies in Clearwater. Our coverage begins 1 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. The Leafs third power play of the night. Trying to break through a 1-for-12 skid with the man advantage. How'd you like the last power play?
Corey, they got some chances down low. They hit the post on one, but the interesting new setup is
No. Are you thinking about college or university?
We'll see if that changes. They've done a lot of different adjustments in the last few weeks.
Nylander gets the
Are you thinking about going to college or university?
Marner the far side. Matthews back to Riley. Now they get set with Nylander here on the left flank down low. For Tavares and Matthews. What a stop by Jacob Markstrom. Best of the night as he robbed Matthews. Riley to Matthews again. Morgan Riley. Matthews one-timer and rebounds. Back wide of the net. Now Tavares. Riley. Nylander's got some time.
Are you going to college or university
Plays had a couple of looks.
or what?
Again, one-timer. That was the target. Right back up top to Riley and Matthews. And Matthews couldn't sit back through looking for Tavares in front.
Well, they got what they wanted there. A couple of just point-blank chances, and that was the best save of the night for Markstrom. Just in desperation, flying across. Matthews thought he had a for sure goal on that one, but Markstrom able to get a piece of it.
Couple dozen seconds remaining in the power play. Hyman checked along the boards. To Spezza. And out Tavares. Swooped back by Simmons. Off the left. Tavares unable to claim that.
Will you look again?
Up high goes to TJ Crowdy shooting. And a close stop with Simmons. A flyby in front of the Calgary net.
Well, Markstrom giving a tap on the rear end to his D, but his D's got to give the goaltender the credit here. Watch the reaction. Good quick puck movement right down low. This one gets deflected over across, and there's your yard sale. Just anything it takes to fly across. Bodies flying. Look at the two defense in front, and both the goaltender and the fence got a piece of that. Dubas can't believe that one didn't get in. I don't think Matthews could either. That was a
Hello.
bounce came right on his stick.
Hey.
Enough of that one.
How are you?
It looked like he was gonna-
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's your day?
It was good.
What do you do?
Not much.
Oh, wait.
Do
Say
you know
that.
any friends? Do you know any friends that can help me out?
With what?
I have to go see a friend in Stratford, and I have no way to get up there. I asked my staff if they will help me. I know you can't, because your mom won't give me money. But do you know anybody that you think a friend of yours that can help me?
One thing. Like, do you try Patrick?
Patrick help me?
Like, do you have him on Facebook? Do you have him on Facebook?
I think I have his number.
Try him, because he might help you. Who knows?
He might help me. He can e-transfer to me.
Like, if you ask him, then see what he says in the name.
Because I go see a friend, and she's not feeling the greatest, and she wants me to go see her, and I need a cab to get up there, and cab to get back. I think it's like maybe like $12.50 there and $12.50 back. It's just a cab there and cab back.
Oh, well, like,
With Molten Ultra, we're celebrating more than Opry ski, like Opry juice cleanse, or Opry walking your 10,000 steps a day. Why not Opry together with Molten Ultra?
Oh.
Food for balance with 70 calories and
And the cab there is either $7.50 or $4.
Double cheese mouth for curbside pickup. New curbside pickup at participating restaurants.
Find the appropriate amount of swagger and a power move. Find experiences to soothe your life. And find new points of view and new perspectives. Find new ways to move forward in life.
Yeah.
Find new roads. Introducing the all-new 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer.
Lease a 2021 Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive for the equivalent of $75 weekly. Go to Chevrolet.ca for details.
That was us. Just a few months ago. We were stressed out.
Can you hear me now? No. Wait.
We didn't know what it was. Turns out it was our internet. So we switched to Rogers Ignite. We noticed the difference immediately. Now everything just works. Morning to night, attic to basement. No more stressing about the internet.
Get stress-free Wi-Fi, backed by our Wi-Fi promise, only with Rogers Ignite Internet.
Tonight's major part of the game brought to you by Napa Parts that make the difference. That's Napa know-how.
Well, power play has always seemed to make a difference, and here's the go-ahead goal. A power play goal by Mark Giordano, and then on the heels of that, a power play chance here. Austin Matthews looking to tie it, and somehow that one stayed out as Markstrom comes flying across, gets right underneath his arm, somehow keeping that one out of the net to keep it a one-goal game with 5 to go.
Face-offs have been important. Jason Spezza hasn't lost an offensive zone face-off tonight. 9-4 overall.
It's one more than Mom.
Here's a chop at it by Matthews. Doesn't get to the net. Calgary with just one shot on goal here in the third period. 6-1 are the third period shots. Flames holding on though.
Johnny Gaudreau's got it. Back to the line for Anderson. On the corner, Monahan kind of stutter step against Matthews. Back there, Spencer to cause a turnover. Away goes Riley. Spencer trying to return it to him. And now it's swatted deep by Matthews, and the Leafs start to cheat. Mark Giordano ahead. Has Gaudreau out at center. And Marner unable to corral that pass. Anderson off the boards and out. Giovanni checked at center by Muzzin. Sheldon Hall onto the right side. Kicked down the ice. Off the skate to Marner, who appealed that he was at the red line, but icing is the call.
Show your card, get rewarded. Air Miles, rewarding Canadians every day.
So a face-off in the Toronto zone. Calgary one-win edge, and now the face-off did even on the night with the Tavares win in the defensive zone. Galchenyuk, Tavares at center, and Hannafin with a good stick. Hall takes over, back to Muzzin. 3:33 left in the third. 4-3 Calgary. Lucic turns Muzzin back. Lane Sheen. Lane's looking for a win that would draw them within 7 points of the Maple Leafs with a return engagement here tomorrow night. Levo shovels it in on the backhand. Bogosian reverses it to Riley, and up ahead it goes. And inflect is Kerfoot. Chips it in. Past Anderson, chasing after it against Hannafin. Around the boards, and Riley advancing, but it's played past him. And Bennett will send it back in the lead zone. Up ahead, past Kerfoot.
What up, guys? It's your boy Malcolm D. Vox here. It's 4-3. It's 4-3 for the Flames in the third period.
Thornton thought that he maybe was able to get to that one there. It was a pretty close call, so an opportunity here for another important face-off.
Hello?
Flames to try to get some.
Goshen trying to get his stick on that with left by Simmons to take it away from Lindholm and get it down into the Calgary zone. Kerfoot charging after it. Up the boards, it's played. And Matthew Tkachuk, who opened the proceedings tonight, will dump it down the ice. Marner comes back. Won't be long now till Anderson, who chips the bench, will be headed off. The Leafs with 4 goals scored, 6 on 5 so far this year, and 1 on 5 against Calgary.
I don't know. I don't know.
Here's Morgan Riley. Anderson out of the net. Riley sends it in. Under 2 left here in the third, and the Leafs get the extra attacker on. It's Tavares.
Yeah, me and
down low for Nylander. Zach Hyman's up there. Here's Tavares getting it back for the Leafs. Back to the line, and Marner unable to hold the zone as it handcuffs him and open net here, and it's rolled just wide of the net by Ritchie. What a chance for Calgary to put it away. So the Leafs get a reprieve, and the captain comes in.
I don't know if I can, because I only get Miami, you know what I mean?
Jack Hyman behind the net. Nylander to the line. Matthews
I want you to get Miami because remember the last time I tried helping in Kent,
in that flame zone with Cheech without a stick. Down low it goes.
like with like the formulas and stuff. Remember that from last time?
So potentially the standings here in the North will tighten again if this score holds.
25 games left after this for Toronto and Calgary. You just look at the importance of the back-to-backs, and that is such a uniqueness of the 4-point game.
Because like I'm a because I get because I don't know if I can do it. what's your fun? You know what?
Not surprisingly for Sheldon Keefe, get everybody a little
Like,
bit more rested and draw up a play here to try to tie this
you
game.
understand that? Like, I know that you want me to help you,
Not sure
but
anybody
like,
anticipated how tight this would be after
I don't think.
the Leafs
Okay, you
left
know what I mean?
Edmonton with that very impressive
I
sweep.
said,
Oh, it is incredible.
like,
Probably the three best games the Maple Leafs had of the season in that sweep. And
I
now
know
all of a
it's
sudden, you're 1-5 coming into this game. You have a week of
when,
prep.
but
It's one of those games. That first
like,
goal,
I don't
I think,
know.
was a little bit unsettling after a kind of nothing play, a lost draw, and one of those nights where they've had to battle through to try to tie this thing. They did it once to tie it up. Now they got a minute 5 to try to do it again.
Matthews hit the post in the third period. Looks like Michael Backlund will take the draw for Calgary's 3-6. Elias Lindholm has won 12 of 20, but it's Backlund's strong side against Tavares.
Tavares has won a few big defensive draws to his forehand. Let's see if he tries to win this offensive one the same way.
Yes, it does. And he's now 8-4 on the faceoff. So a big win here. Nylander's got it. Final minute regulation time. Mitch Marner back to Matthews, who's up top. Marner fires right on. Rebounds, turn it past Nylander. Marner, Matthews across. One-timer fanned on by Riley. Got it back again. 34-16. Mitch Marner down low. Nylander.
Because if I can't do it, I don't want you to get mad at me.
Couldn't get it too far past Matthews. They will regroup, but that could have been deep. And now, offside call. Minute left.
I don't know exactly whether it was just strictly a rotational thing, but it's quite
like, I still have faith for you, like.
Matthews was up top. We saw the power play earlier. Matthews unable to get the one.
I know, we're foolish, and like.
Sliding down there, Matthews the passer, and that didn't execute the way he'd hoped.
Monahan out to take the drop for Calgary. Needs Tavares. 6 meters for Toronto. From the draw, Pacheco on the boards. Still loose. A little wide of the net. Matthews back to get it. The Leafs are running into time. A strip for Marner. He can't control it. Taylor will turn it right back in. Off the speed of Matthews. Redirects to Tavares. That doesn't work. They want the empty net. Taylor took a shot, but knocked down by Riley. Last gas. Here Nylander needs to shoot it. He doesn't. And the Calgary Flames hold on and win their 15th of the year, and are now within 7 of Toronto.
Well, no time to sleep on this one for very long.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. I know you, but I don't know you. But you know what I mean?
The Flames on the heels
Like,
of a 7-3 loss.
like, I think my mom will love me. You know what I mean?
To preserve the 1-goal lead.
Leafs now 3-6 in the month of March. Take a look at the 3 stars.
Yeah, I know. Boom, my mom thing checks my bank account and you know what I mean.
And Jacob Markstrom is the winning goaltender. His 12th victory of the season. Hard-fought game, and they'll do it again tomorrow night on Hockey Night in Canada. 4-3, the final solo.
I'm probably going to say no. I'm sorry, Cynthia.
We will have post-game reaction in just moments, but if you are looking for more live action, you can catch the Raptors playing the Jazz right now on both Sportsnet East and Sportsnet 1. Hey everybody, welcome inside our Sportsnet Central studios. I'm Martin Garland, Eric Thomas. Everything is happening.
I do can't believe, but like, I can't, you know what I mean?
Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday with 4 of the teams playing on back-to-back nights.
You understand, right?
Leafs and Canucks.
Yes, and the Leafs and Oilers, of course, jockeying for position in this North Division. But we know Toronto needed a vacation in the worst kind of way. Losers of 5 of their last 6 before simply getting this past week off and then getting back out on the ice against the Flames just now.
Raises the rust versus rest issue. There they are. Leafs played Alex Galchenyuk stick handling before making his Leafs debut. They did have some reinforcements because Wayne Simmons was also back in the lineup for Toronto after missing 18 games with a fractured wrist. But just over a minute in, reinforcements and all, it was the Flames scoring first. Matthew Tkachuk throwing it through traffic to deflect past Frederik Andersen. That's Tkachuk's first goal in 9 games, and the Flames have a 1-0 lead. They would add to that lead just 6 minutes later. Derek Ryan, look at that, left all alone in the slot for the one-timer. 2 goals on just 4 shots had Calgary up 2-0. Then Toronto does.
So the Leafs lose, but hopefully they lose. So let's subscribe to your friends, family, brothers, everyone. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
In the first 20 minutes. Then in the second period,